I will later invite to the party.
You don't. You can just rejoin it. I'm assuming everybody got the notification.
Bro, put on your flashlight.
Alright. I want to be watching. Yes.
Hello.
What is it with the Demos Vatos? Welcome to episode 0. The first ever podcast, not gameplay. You know this already.
The name of the podcast is episode.
Yeah.
Whatever number we doing will be. So
Top
this
of
first
the
episode
morning.
is episode 0, which is our first episode. It's supposed to be episode 1, but we want to be special. Shut up. Mind your business.
Good question.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
What people doing now?
Top
You
of the
send me the
morning.
link for the thing, guy?
I'm gonna do it now.
Top of the morning.
Ah, but already supposed to come.
Top of the morning.
One person keeps spamming top of the morning and making me very happy.
It's not even morning, it's afternoon.
Yeah, you know them.
Top of the morning.
Oh boy. What is it with Demos Vatos? Welcome to episode.
Top of the afternoon.
I guess that's better. What is it with the Tafari? You know, thank you again for tuning into episode.
Welcome to the newest hottest podcast called
Oh.
Episode.
Yep. That's the name, you know, episode.
This is episode 0
Yep.
of episode.
As always, we appreciate you all for joining us on our things. Them always appreciate it, you know.
So what we talking about?
We will be talking about many things actually. We have a few topics here already, and of course we'll have our guest at some point in the show, and of course we'll always have the Q&A section or the thing. You know, we have many topics to talk about, many things we want to talk about with everybody, you know, share our opinions or views on everything. So thank you again for joining us. Remember to share it live for us to, you know, talk about these topics. We are
If you're
all
wondering who is that power partner with the nice jacket on the left side there, we will introduce him later in the podcast. But for now, just don't worry, he's just a power for now.
When is it starting?
Become a power for him.
We are starting right now, actually. You know, we are starting right now. Just in a minute. But first, we have to. I wish to be happy. No longer horny.
Anyway, it's time for the intro.
No, we
Let's
don't
go.
care about Mr. What
You
father?
fucking chop, man.
I don't want to sound that there.
But don't forget what I said earlier. You're supposed to say, I don't want to be horny anymore, my brother.
Oh,
I don't want to be horny
I
anymore.
don't want to be horny anymore. I wish to be happy.
Alexa, play Guy's
I don't
theme.
want to be horny anymore.
Yep.
Anyway, that was the intro.
Yep, that was an intro on the check. Just before we get to our sponsors, you know, I want to... Yes, we have sponsors. EGG. I want to ask, is everybody doing fine? How is everybody's Sunday going? How was your week before? How was your week? Monday to Saturday and of course today. How was that? You know, share it live. For the first time ever, we actually have some real.
My
awesome
voice sounding like an angry
sponsors.
octopus having sex with bird.
Yeah, we have a couple sponsors. We are corporate now.
We have sponsors and things, and
corporate.
you know, before we get to the sponsors, we want to make sure all our viewers are here to see our sponsors, to hear about our sponsors, our lovely sponsors. We are forever thankful because they exist, you know. Check, we get in places, guys. We get in places. And it's all thanks to you, you know. I know your patronage, always been there.
Shady Live,
Sponsors. Guys,
always
always
sister.
that podcast there on the dead.
Share it with your mother, because your mother might like our topics, you never know. We are all grown men here. Grown people.
Share it with your sister, boyfriend, uncle. Power.
Yes.
They can watch. And they
Yep.
can.
On your left anti-ventricle.
Yep.
Hey UK, what's funnier than 2-4?
Left and your right.
No, what's funnier than 2-4? 25?
21.
All you think we should have the creepy shot on today? I think we should turn it off, you know. Think?
Oh, you can leave it on.
Alright, we'll leave creepy shot on. But please, guys,
These
share it
nuts.
live.
The podcast.
Share the live, share the podcast, you know, this
Share
is
the
a new thing.
podcast.
This is
We're
new.
waiting, if we get, we're waiting to see if we get 7. If we get 7,
Once we get 7, we'll set up our sponsors and then
2-5.
boom bam,
Ha
we will
ha
get
ha ha
on.
ha 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 ha.
7.
As well.
That's just one more person.
One more person we need to know. And boom bam,
All we
our
have to do-
sponsors shouting and thing.
All you have to do is just make your sister start up YouTube.
Yeah. And make it just put the phone down and just watch, comment, laugh, subscribe, and
Tell
all
us
that
to
thing.
talk to that
Tell her
man.
turn off the cocoa melon and put her in front of the
Tell us to talk to that man.
Okay, we have 7 views now. Papa Bodie. What are our sponsors? Our first sponsor for the evening is the snack that bites back, Silverfish.
Silverfish.
Okay.
Yep.
Snack that bites
So
back.
what is the description and what it?
Silverfish, it's fish that's silver that bites back instead of smiling back like our trash competition
I've heard of that before.
goldfish, you know. Silverfish, they bite back. They look squarish, and I won't lie, because next sponsor, LJ.
This podcast is brought to you by Dry Eyes. Irritated eyes, their eyes for dry eyes is a big relief.
I like them too.
It's amazing.
Yep, that's my.
Keeps your eyes moisturized. Wow.
Wow, amazing. Love it. I love it. I love them. They've been with us for a while now.
Would like to thank Dry Eyes for sponsoring.
Yep. Thank you, Dry Eyes, for sponsoring our podcast. You know, thank you.
Yeah.
Always thankful, and please keep sponsoring us. It's how I feed my dog. Next,
So, yeah. So, this podcast is also sponsored by
Hi.
Ridge Wallet. Yeah, we have a real sponsor, even though they don't actually sponsor. Finally. So,
Ridge Wallet.
anyway, if all you know anything about Ridge Wallet, because I don't.
I mean, again, let me give you the thing they tell us to say for Ridge Wallet. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
So,
you know.
while Daniel have his minute, I'll finish up. So, yeah, so Ridge
Those
Wallet,
7
if you don't know
people.
anything about Ridge Wallet, they are made of metal. I don't know what kind, but it's iron something. And it have how many different colors. And you can put your money in it, you can hide your money and thing, and whatever. You can put your credit cards. I know some of all in Dominic call it a credit card, or they don't even know what that be. But yeah, you can put that in it. And you can put your woman number in there in case you forget.
WDW.
You check. You can put your quarters and your dollars and thing. It will
Right.
get fat. You check.
You
Or
do Ridge
whatever.
Wallet.
I'd give all the demonstration, but Ridge Wallet do actually they actually sponsoring us, and they haven't
Hold your
seen anything
modas.
yet. Even though they're not going to in the future.
You never know.
We'll see. You never know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that is our sponsor. Thank you, Rage Wallet, for not sponsoring our podcast. We greatly appreciate it.
Facts.
Not really.
Well, hopefully one day you'll come around, man, and see what you're missing. For
Yeah.
alright. We want to say thank you.
This podcast is also sponsored by
Jesus Christ.
Scratchy Bottom Hole. If you have a scratchy bottom hole, just put Vicks on it. It will fix up.
Very informative. We'd love to hear it. Any other sponsors?
Because I know some of all it doesn't wipe all the ass properly after all you take a shit. Hey, check. Stop, wipe all your bottom with.
Remember,
What else
when
call
you
it?
pass the pipe, you don't have to wipe.
Okay. There goes that topic of the window.
Yeah, to be honest, like, yeah, let us What is it with that JK47? Welcome to the stream, my guy. Anyways,
This podcast is also sponsored by Rashi Nipple. You check? Because some of all it didn't be properly.
No J Kalash Dad.
Or they just be using them, but I just call it them Ocean Spring soap and thing, and them thing not good for your body. You check why all the people are rash on it.
I think it's
properly.
But like Irish Spring, that's the one, the good one, Irish Spring.
Yeah, that Irish Spring. Always be with that, and them thing doesn't clean your body properly. You check. Not stop use them thing. Stop use Dove soap. Use a man. Use
blue soap.
body wash and blue soap. And soap powder to wash yourself.
Really break
You will
down
become
the
clean.
to really break down the oil in your body, man.
Yeah, take out all them rash on your nipples and thing.
Yeah.
This video is also sponsored by Herpes. Okay.
Do we have any more sponsors to give out, so to talk about before we proceed?
Batman
Because-
doesn't bath, Batman does just get skin cancer and die.
I finish.
LG, any more sponsors we should know about? LG, I think I mic mute. I don't know.
Oh, Dry Ice is the only sponsor that talk to me. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay. We also have Lipzock, you know. You seal your food and other stuff in the
Yeah, I share
Lipzock
allu in
bag.
6 Discord
It's
groups.
up bags.
Lipzock.
Related to another company.
Very, very, very different from another company. You might be thinking of Lipzock bags. You know.
I don't know what you're even talking about. Don't think
I
of the
don't
other
know.
one. Think of Lipzo.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Let's start the password.
Stop and serve our sponsor.
Sorry.
Podcast.
Alright, so the first topic we're going to talk about, right? There's now that was brought to my attention not too long ago, but
We never introduced ourselves.
we already did that last time. Okay, you know what, introduction. My name is Danny, you know. My name is Danny, you know, Badman Danny from Grande, you know, I was earlier. I just joking, I'm a very nice person. And friendly. I am X years old, you know, I'm a guy, in case you was wondering. I aspire to be a grey rainbow when I grow up. Yeah.
That's
Next person.
very
Very
sad.
Yeah. So yes, wait, what were you saying now? Well, tell us about yourself and what you were going to say.
Anyway, my name is Blanc. Them man just call me Way. I don't know why. But yeah. I am couple years older than the man. I too have a penis. You know, it's universal. But I am not from Granby. I am from somewhere in Dominica, a place. Somewhere.
Right.
But I do not live in Dominica because Dominica has an scary chance of the country, and I know I'm gonna lose there. But yeah, so but I inspire.
Aspire.
I aspire. Shut up. I know what I see. I inspire to be a young man
Creeper let the baby play 2K on your account, not like you can get worst.
Very nice of you, Tisha.
Alright. And I'm your food host for this lovely podcast. My name is X.
Man say
also
inspired
known
A.
as X, aka Flock OG.
Subscribe.
So also subscribe to my channel at Flock OG, capital F and capital OG. But I'm a place I used to live in Dominica, but now I live in next to way.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes away. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Boys, nigga!
I also aspire to be a comedian and a rapper. Like JC.
JC. Yeah.
And also want to start a band like One Direction. But that's my life.
That is the guest, so you don't go and talk now. Okay.
And now it's time to introduce our special guest.
Yeah, now it's time. This
And
guy
now
over here.
I will introduce our special guest.
Oh my god.
Right here.
Oh my god.
From the depths of Bogadom.
Oh my god.
From the great plains of Damas.
Can I just introduce myself?
From the from the land of Cooklish Island.
This one sucks, honestly.
Creeper! How are you doing today, sir?
I hate you, but that's
Him
the
actually.
sentiment. Anyway,
Yes, sir.
my name's Creeper. Well, that's my alias. My real name is Karim.
Why you give them a real name and just give them an alias?
Creeper salute.
Sure, boy.
No, boy.
But my dog.
People can call me whatever name they want. I'm also from Dominica. It's nice to be on the podcast with you guys, honestly. Like, all three of you.
Right.
Godfather, the Godfather, Walker Flocker, what he would do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And with that note, it's time to start the questions! Run!
We starting off with a bang.
So today our first topic will be
Creeper salad with my dog. Okay.
We'll get back to the questions for Creeper soon, you know. He just our guest, but soon we'll get back to him. So
Happy
first,
to be here,
oh,
bro.
yo, thank you for being here.
With that
first.
extra
We would
chromosome,
appreciate
you right, Creeper is a special guest.
it. Wow, somebody's. I don't want to say that. So you know, our first topic, right? I want to discuss. I want us to come to a common understanding, right? But the question is, do video games really and truly cause violence? You know, do they actually influence people to do violent things? You know, like
Yellow tape around his
There's like we
body.
do violent things like that.
like I want to know. Oh my god.
No.
So, in my opinion, in my very opinion, right? In my opinion, I believe it will cause people to do violence according to who had played the games. You check. That is why games have age restrictions on them. You cannot give a little child to play a game.
But I have a question to your question.
Right.
At that point, if it's dependent on who that plays the game, if it will cause that person to do violence, is it really the game's fault?
It really isn't. It's just the person. You check.
Or is it the game?
The game. Well, it really isn't the game's fault. Ghost, you confusing me. Anyways, let's go somebody fire. You check. Me personally, I do believe that games cause violence. It's just that you have to know who you let play the games, because young children are people that, you know, do whatever they see on TV.
Are very impressionable.
Yeah, you check.
Okay.
Because, like, there was this one kid, he shot up a school a few years back. He shot up a school.
I don't know about Allu, but when I does play Mario, I want
wrong
to
with
shoot up a school. The person that has violent thoughts when they play the game.
The man was frustrated now.
Yeah, exactly. Man, well, and they put him. They well, I believe they just say it was a case of insanity because of the games he was playing. But honestly, that was just magic because they said him that
Not
because
really insanity. They was bullying him, man, and the man wasn't getting no pussy in his school. So the man shut up the school, my brother. It's common sense.
I read the case files. I read the case files not so long ago, and they say it's video games he was playing, and that was causing the violence. But honestly, I don't believe it's that. The man was just.
Oh, Mr.
it
must
was
have
just
played
mad.
Dark Souls to be under them stress.
That's right, man. Passive. But to be honest, I don't think the video games cause much.
Honestly, when I play Farmville, I want to commit
Yeah,
genocide.
I agree with Rob 100%. I do believe it's the video games. I believe it's just the people. And it's not because of age restriction, because there are people at the age of 21, 25 that I don't think it's just a mental thing.
Right.
I think some people cannot. I don't know. People brain and mind look different from others. Yeah, and you play a game like GTA, shoot up people and whatever. And then it has some people that be like, boy, I want to be. But then again, I also believe that have to do with the people that you surround yourself, that surround you. If you have like abusive
Either making
parents,
roti.
or you do have friends or people who actually care about you, whatever, you may feel lonely. You check like that is your only escape, and that can have a big influence on you.
Big slap, they need a cool 2x4 in their back tet.
People like that, you have to be careful what they play or what they see, what they watch, what they listen to, because it's not just video games that can cause it. Can be movies, can be music, and that is, and you see that to this day, all them Damaso man listen to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, all of them come in and they believe they have to come in and put their fake eyelashes to fly like a damn ostrich, have themselves like a damn ostrich, and come in and shake their ass and everything is
Is the dying gore in the background, eh?
The world, everything around in this world has influence on us as humans. We just have to be careful and realize what we let in influence us. That is all what I have to say on the topic.
Yeah. And as man, real talk. Yeah.
Honestly, my brother, in my opinion, when it comes to anything, yeah, it just depends on who you be, my brother. Like, yeah. Just, when it comes to games, it just depends on who you be. Because if you was a sane person in your right mind, you would know that that is a game, and even though you can do these things in the game, you cannot do them kind of thing in real life. So, but I don't know why people making like games feel like is they're malicious when they're not, when they're really not. It's just like a movie, or you can say the same thing for movie. Like if somebody watch a movie with violence, they can do the same shit. So what is the difference? Anyway, that is a perfect call thing. I just see them people call. Don't mind me if all they want to do, I can take it.
My God. Wow.
We'll take
John Wick.
Yeah, like John Wick. John Wick is a very gory movie series, you know. But it's a deadly movie series. But I not going and try and say, yeah, I'm John Wick, and I go and start spamming my pencil.
I think it's like.
Go ahead, bro.
I think it's like some people are like there's a bloody line between reality and fantasy. Where it's like something they lack in their life. Because like most people they try and use like games and entertainment as like an escape.
Another one, who they want to talk
and when they go out in the real world, they find misery because in their fantasy they can do all those things. Where like people have more fun shooting people up in GTA, and then when they deal with those problems in real life, they want to have the same reaction they have in the game in real life.
Right.
So if I not trouble me in school, let me take my father Glock 9 and just boost up the workplace because I angry.
But that is what it's supposed to be, you know?
But it's also, I don't know, as I was saying, it's mindset. Because I remember when I used to
None.
be
Just cooking a meat sissold.
I I was about 8.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play this James Bond game. And I was checking like, yeah, I want to be a agent, a 007. And even for Come As You Like, or is Come As You Like, Yes, Come As You Like. I used to dress up, I'd go in a suit, and I had a little plastic gun in my hand and thing. And it's a gun I used to have from when I used to play Duck Hunt, OG game, don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little, a little pistol in my hand. And I go school with it, but everybody knew it's a fake gun, so nobody do melee. But yeah, I was 007, or that time I used to watch Ninja Turtles, that Ninja Turtle movie that come out long time ago, TMNT. And then I used to take a cricket bat. I had a little plastic cricket bat, and I used to stick the cricket bat, took that in the back of my shirt, believe it was a samurai sword I had in my hand. I just run up and down my house thinking I was a Ninja Turtle. So it's all mindsets, some people brain do develop, and as I say, it's a mental thing. I was young and stupid, and I was easily influenced by a stupid cartoon and by a game.
Stopping media with violence not going to stop violence, because back in the day, even before it had media, people were fucking killing each other. So I don't know, like, it doesn't make a difference, my brother. It's the same shit.
That is a prime example, because right now we're playing a game simulating the times where we used to kill each other more way.
Yep.
Exactly.
For no reason.
That was just how it was, But I honestly, and I really hope that one day that podcast, it resurrects from the depths of nothingness and people come to see that video games. And the thing is, the media is so funny, Marada. They do not get everybody's opinion on if video games cause violence or not, because men like ourselves, we play violent video games all the time, every day. We play violent video games, but you'll never ever see me go on the road and just start boxing on a man.
Who's that part of the ball?
I don't know, Mr. Bino.
Kyle, but Doc Asman, my brother, fuck the media, my brother.
To be honest, because the media is so...
The media was... Continue.
Sorry, but the media is so misinformative. It's like the media is so... It just not right, man. The media making you see things in the wrong way, Merida. The media making you believe what you was doing because it was... Just because it is the media. The media, that's just the media. Making you believe things, making people believe things that...
Okay, I'm tuned in, not paying attention cause I'm in a meeting, but I'll give my pove.
It's called propaganda, which are half-truths. So they will say some shit. So like, let's say like a story come out about like a partner kill a partner or something, right? But then like the whole story is that the partner that he killed was raping his daughter. Or like having a statutory raping his daughter or some shit like that. You check? So it's basically like they'll tell the truth, but they will only give half of the story.
You're right.
And then just have some people that just blindly believe. You check? Believe the news. They just go to the news and they just like everything that on the news is true just because it's on the news isn't true.
Right.
I doesn't watch news at all. The only news that I will see is basically what I see on the internet, and I will determine to myself whether or not it's true or not, depending on what I see, and I'll use my own logic.
Yeah, because honestly, the news really like to make people see things in. Most of the times, they will say something in a way, it making a certain person look bad, without actually getting that person's point of view, that person's,
summed up.
Story.
Nobody brought up with the moral upbringing will do something like this. You don't see happy people doing stuff and getting in flu.
Alright.
I feel like...
So, Cousin Ray said, right, summed up, nobody brought up with a moral upbringing will do something like this. You don't see happy people doing stuff and getting influenced. So, spoiled brats. Facts.
It will also be how you were raised and brought up, and
yeah.
To an extent, I will agree with that. But honestly, you can be brought up in the most civil household. Like it's just like when children are brought up in the church, and then a certain, like, let's say the pastor had 5 children.
Suffering
right?
from depression
And 2
or
of them
another
become
mental
sallops
disease,
or something
you
like that. It
cannot
doesn't
compare
matter
yourself
how you
cause
grow up,
yes,
it's
you go
depending
through
on
some trauma
you want
as a
what you
child,
live your life.
but not D.
I somewhat agree with that. It's just that some situations like that, I feel for, let's say for example, that whole Christian household, their father is a pastor or whatever, but it could be that they were forced to know what they were doing. They were forced to not know what they were doing, but be aware of what they were doing, where they were doing it, who that around. And no pastor wants to have people come into
Children
them
brought
saying,
up in strict church settings
saying,
usually suffer
pastor
from horrible
so-and-so does
emotional and
there, we
developmental trauma.
doing that and that kind of thing there. So after a while they'll get fed up, they'll get stressed out, and checking like, who says that I wanted to do one thing? You check, because I never believe forcing people to be Christian or forcing people to do anything like that. I never believe in that. You check me?
They have no life for themselves, they're oppressed. Again, this is strict church households, not an average one.
They never, they are just raised in that environment. So it's a whole thing. Depending on. You see me, I believe in, if I one day have children, I have my children choose what they.
So when they get to the point of being able to think for themselves, they can properly filter their thoughts.
Anything to do with K and all and push on it there, like, me, I'm not gonna have a child. I refuse. You check me. I not about that. Because that's just how I am. I have my opinion. I don't want to have gay children.
So what are you gonna do if your children gay?
Put them outside. I'm not gonna say I love them less, but I just check in, like, you're not staying in my house.
What if your child come up to you at like
shut up, people, let me talk. As soon as
It goes back to what a person suffers within their upbringing. This is why therapy is necessary. Anyway, I gone for a bit. We're scared.
So you're gonna disown your own flesh and blood like that?
I'm not disowning them. I'll check up on them, but they're not staying in my house.
You threatened by your own child?
Coming by my house, I got push on it there.
Oh God.
My God.
My brother, that don't mean they have to come and bring whoever they want there, but that don't mean you are your children.
You don't see my bald-headed self
I was
today.
fucking with Mr. Cookie now. Sorry,
You see how I was raised? I was never the type of person that. You see how some Dominican parents be like, oh, you cannot talk to boys or anything.
The child wouldn't commit incest on you.
That is what I'm talking about. I never will ever make my children think that they cannot come and talk to me about a girl they like or a boy they like. So
what if your son come and tell you?
Your child wouldn't help
That is
you.
what I'm telling you.
No,
When
it's
that boy reach 18, he can go and check his sin.
I have a serious question for
So
you.
you don't go and talk to your son and tell him
No.
that you sure about these
Ever
feelings
notice
you have
children with
I'll
extremely
talk to
strict
them.
parents
I'll
turn
talk
out
to
to be
them.
I'll
dense
talk to them. I'll make
with poor
them,
social
Make
skills?
them I'll try to understand that if that is really the life that they want to live, I'm not really going to do that.
Mr. Cook in a full course.
Brain damage can change sexuality, so literally brain damage is the cure.
Alright, so Kateri said right a few minutes ago.
My God.
Sorry, Creeper. After I talk, Creeper,
go
I'll
ahead,
talk. I apologize. So,
Go ahead.
Kateri is saying suffering from depression or another mental disease. You cannot compare yourself because, yes, you go through some trauma as a child, but not to their extent. Children brought up in strict church settings usually suffer from horrible emotional and developmental trauma. They have no life for themselves, they're oppressed. Again, it is strict church households, not an average one. So when they get so when they get to the point of being able to think for themselves, they can't properly filter their thoughts. It goes back to what a person suffers with and their upbringing. This is why therapy is necessary.
I agree.
Yeah, but the thing about that is that after they go and they start thinking for themselves and they do all what they do, they still going back to the strict thing they was back in here.
You know what I believe that does happen? I don't think is is the fact that them parents trying to raise their children in a Christian household and have them do the right thing and live a Christian life. I more think those parents are known to be Christians and let's say a pastor or elder in a church.
Like
It's their
reputation.
reputation, yeah. They're trying to protect their reputation. That's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to protect their reputation. And by doing that, they have to basically control how their children dress, where they go, what they say,
You see,
so on
like
and so forth.
that's the thing about church, you know, and children and them kind of thing. Because like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah.
There's
So,
some,
yeah,
the thing about
Jane
it is,
was-
Marana, some parents might not even be aware of what they're doing to their children, because most of us as children, we have a type of fear to our parents to a degree. He's not respecting about himself here, so he might not want to go and approach our parents. I know I might force my child into some things he don't want to do because it's happened to me as a child, and that doesn't necessarily say that was my parents'
But
fault.
because it happened to me as a child, that is why I will never do it.
You never know it.
I'll never force my child to do anything they don't want to do, except things that they need to do, like school, you know, like them kind of thing there. But I'm not going and force my child, like you like let's say like force them to play piano or some shit like that, because like is either two things are going to happen, like they're going to resent playing piano for the rest of their life, or they're going to like become famous for it, or they will like it. You check, you can force a child to do something, but like
just say something like that.
is you check, like if my mother had forced me to play football and I didn't like football, then I wouldn't like football
What
for the
I
rest of
believe-
my life.
Not to
I
say,
believe
not to
is
say.
become an inspiration for your children instead of having them do things that you don't even know how to do yourself.
Yeah. But the thing is, not that way on waypoint as well. The thing about like trying and force your children to play piano. Maybe some parents like they see it in a different perspective. Maybe it's more like they try and push their child in a direction so they not just sit down there. Cause at the end of the day, it's always good to have a skill, you know.
But you have to let them decide. You have to let them decide what skill they
Yeah,
want.
that's what
You
I
can't
trying to
advise
say.
them like yo, I want you to learn a skill, but you can't choose it yourself.
That's
You
what I
just
trying
come
to
and tell
say,
your
bro.
child like yo, I put you in piano class in your mother's play piano.
That's what I try and say, my brother. I try and say. Some
I agree
parents
with
see it as
Creeper.
pushing their child in a direction so they can actually do something instead of sitting around. Because that's what my parents do, you know. I had choices.
What Mr.
Like
Lim-
all throughout high school, I had a free choice to do whatever I wanted. I try almost different things. I go cadet, my mother fully supported. She buy me the boots, I get shut up for cadet. We still $200, but okay.
You just
I
indecisive, my brother.
Yeah. I try cadet, I try basketball, I try football, I try volleyball. The one I stick to is basketball, but then I break my knee, so also. But at least I had a choice. But it has some parents now, like we say, that are just checking like, you don't want to play piano? That is your business, so you already spend money on that. You playing piano. And that is the thing of it.
Sometimes it's not a bad thing, you know.
Right.
Because it literally has some children out there that literally not doing nothing in their life. Is literally go school, they're not doing no extracurricular activities at school. They're not going 4-H, they're not in 4-H, they're not in karate, they're not doing nothing. They just come in home, sleep and do nothing. And you as a parent, you seeing that not making sense to you. That checking like your child just there, every other child out there doing something fun and going camping or chilling with friends or whatever, and your child just there at home, pull up, doing nothing, not talking to nobody, do have friends. Is kind of a way to protect your child because all them things there at first. Because as a child, you're not studying that. You're not studying that as depression or anything. You're just checking like you just don't want to do nothing. You want to just sit down at home and do nothing. You check. But later on in life, when you realize that you do nothing to build up to where you want to be, after a while you will start to realize that you never had friends. Now you're very, very, very antisocial. You don't know how to talk to girls or you don't know how to talk to boys.
Like me, I don't know friends like I don't know bitches. I still have virgin. Or
But anyways, you don't know how to talk to people and things. All that is things that can help you in the future, like to develop communication skills and stuff like that.
That is why they send you to
I'm
school
going
for you
to
to
force my
develop.
children to try everything, and they'll choose what they want to stick with, and if I make a payment, it
My
will
brother,
have
that is what school
DR.
is for you.
Nobody not teaching
Have to
you.
go through
Nobody
with it.
teaching you how to
Because
I
how to
agree
be
with LJ.
street smart, you know.
Because listen, you can go.
When you go outside, let me finish as I said, no, Papa, as I swear.
Okay.
Alright.
You going outside and thing. And now you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how the world working. All you know is school and home. School can only teach you how to be school smart, you know. But it's up to you for when you do all them things, you go outside and think you can be street smart, and you don't want people have to have you like fool outside your house.
I don't completely agree with that. No.
Why
The thing about that is because you can go school by yourself, right? You can be homeschooled. It doesn't make school is also for social settings, right?
Preach,
or
LJ.
with the children.
I agree.
So you can know what is acceptable and not acceptable between you and your friends and them. So it's like you don't have to go out on the street and think for you to get social experience. It's just like I go school for a portion of children. That is a man said because they
School
didn't
is not a setting
didn't
that
want
teaches
friendship. They
street
just wanted to
smarts.
be in their book the whole time. So it's their fault. They had the opportunity and they didn't want to take it.
But then again, you have to consider. I agree with you, but you have to consider that children, when you that young, you don't know what life have to offer you. You don't live in the life that your mother or your father live in or had to go through. Parents doesn't make. Well, most times, a good parents, I should say.
My sister
good
goes
parents
school
doesn't
alone, and now
make
she
you
weird.
what they go through. They will tell you about it. They will try to build a life that was better, that they didn't have. They want it for their children.
Right.
You check me? Good parents, I should say. People don't laugh.
Alright, so some other
So
comments.
what Qatar is
Sorry,
saying in the
people.
comment, I laugh. What Qatar is saying in the comments, I laugh.
Oh. So you check, like, let me see again. So Jane Doe came and said, you know, you like LJ when you was talking about your children being gay. So Jane Doe asked,
If it
you're
wasn't
feeling
for my
threatened
little
by your
cadets,
child,
I'd not gain some of the confidence I
No,
have
I don't feel
today.
threatened by
We
my
I sorry
child.
for your children.
the child wouldn't bully you.
What?
That's what Jane Doe had to say about
But gender is not about that, you know, it's just like what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I
If
know
you're
the answer to the question.
uncomfortable,
That
if you're
question, not
uncomfortable
that,
with
and
it,
it's a very intelligent question. This is an intelligent podcast. We're not asking and answering unintelligent and retarded ass questions.
Okay, so Katerina also said, ever noticed children with extremely strict parents turn out to be damas with poor social skills? And Tafari also said, brain damage can change sexuality, so literally brain damage is the cure.
Yes, LJ.
So, and then when Creeper was talking and giving his points, Katerina agreed, you know. Katerina also said she's going to force her child to try everything, and they will choose what they want to stick with. And if a payment is made, it will dropping out. Life
What
lessons.
if they do like? So what if they do like none of it then?
Listen, I don't know, you have to ask Katerina. And you know, Katerina also said school is not a setting that teaches street smart. She said because her sister went to school alone and now she weird as hell, you know. If it wasn't for her little cadets,
Well, the
I'd
thing
not
is
gain-
that is, in my opinion, I wouldn't say
If
it was.
they don't like
I
none
wouldn't
of
say
it,
it was
they
your
have
choice.
to try
Some
other
people have
things.
that choice not to interact with other children during school. Sometimes, you know, you might not be liked by the children in the school for some reason. I don't
Right.
know. Like most of the time, you have the opportunity. Like it have the exception to the rule, but the exception to the rule doesn't override the majority.
I strongly believe that all that is based on influence, because you have to have somebody. Because well, let me talk for myself. In an example, when I was younger, the exact same child I explained that don't like to do nothing, used to just sit at home and whatever, never used to talk to nobody. That was me in primary school. I never used to go out with friends. In high school, first form and second form, same thing for me. It's only when I reached like third form when I got introduced to other people and whatever, and the biggest influence was my ex at the time. She was big in sports and whatever.
Boy, fellas,
And,
I just had the most respectful game of Brawlhalla.
I started playing sports at a very, very late part of my life. When I was in high school, I started playing sports like when I was in late food form, like mid food form.
My sister is not like person. It's just that in school she focuses in class more, and a little time for recess doesn't teach stream.
On the volleyball team, I was playing handball. I was on the national handball team, even though I never get to travel for it, but it's okay, whatever.
What is the word?
But it's influence, because this entire time I thought I would have never be going and play sports. I never thought I was a sports person until my girlfriend at the time started telling me, oh, she going basketball training, whatever, if I want to come, or she going football training, if she want to come. I ended up going to her school if she was in college at the time, and I was in high school still. But I used to go to her games for college and whatever, until even the college basketball team start treating me like I was part of their team. So I all believe that is influence.
My sister, the railing rapist on the road saying good afternoon, because she doesn't have any experience to understand different people in.
It could be different for anybody. It could be. That is why a lot of people, if they're not raised up properly, or if they don't have somebody to guide them, they can end up choosing the wrong path. Based on who your friends are. You know, they are the partners that you're talking to. All they want to do is smoke a weed on the side and whatever, and you're like, that's your partners. They have your back or whatever, and then you end up start doing shit like what they're doing, smoking weed, drinking rum on the side, trying to start problem with people for no reason. They leave you more gangster and all kind of thing there.
Also, like, it just depends on who you are. It depends on who you are, honestly. Because I'll use myself as an example. I go primary school and high school, and I'm not an outgoing person, and I consider myself an introvert. You check? I doesn't go outside much. I just stay inside, play game, and do whatever. But like, I do whatever I like, and sometimes I'll go out. I'm that kind of person. Just depends on what I want to do.
Extracurricular activities that open them up to different experiences, so their modas will go the piano class in the
I don't even know them.
Right.
But Jack, I used to crack jokes and say magie and whatever, and that become my personality throughout my life. But like, I was never a big outgoing person like that. So it just depends on what you are, and also like, it depends on who you hang out with too. Like, who you just pull up with, your partners and them. Because when I was going to school, all them little partners that was in their book and thing, they used to go and pull up with other partners just like them. They never used to go and pull up with us, man that used to stand up and talk rubbish and thing and whatever. You check, they used to go and pull up in your book because they checking like they don't want to be part of us and thing. Because it
Laughing
just,
Terry, have a poor day, fellas.
You hang out with, in a sense.
Yeah. And to add to where point goes, you are who you hang out with. But if you never surround yourself with anybody, you also feel like nothing, in a sense. Because as with a partner, even for a primary school and even when I just started high school, just like...
And after I pay my long money, if you see you play like Beethoven then or you, class is double time.
2 foot form. Because grade 3 is when you get in self-aware. I used to be by myself, I used to feel like nothing. I used to just be there, posted by myself in my own. And foot form, something happened, I just started talking to everybody. And then I get a little friend group.
You were an outgoing person, don't come like so, you've said that enough times.
After a while, I could switch in friends with me. It's like, in a sense, it'll make you feel kind of fake. In a sense, sometimes you just kind of look inward and question yourself because you're like, wait a while, I want that person like 2 years ago. So in a sense, you hang out with for real.
Anyways, Charlie, I think you need to read
I used to vibe with everybody, but still had rather stay alone.
Alright, so let's go back to the comments just a bit there, So, Katerina said the sister is not a not liked person, in quotations. It's just that in school she focuses in class more, and the little time for recess teaches street smarts. Doesn't teach street smarts, sorry. I don't know, I say, well, thank you for joining in already. Leave a like, commenting on Heady Live.
Okay, so if school doesn't teach street smarts, where you learning it then?
On the street. when you do extracurricular.
On the shit is where you apply it.
LJ, your children and my children going to be friends and bond over being forced to take lessons for shit.
Learning street smart is all about going outside, experiencing things for yourself. Yeah. You does not learn that at school. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you can't talk to your friends during recess time and learn a little bit. But you will be more exposed to it, and you'll catch a grasp of it better when you go out, when you meet new people, when you go, like, for example, why Mr. Shooting, my brother, when you go and do, as I say, your curricular activities, you learning stuff. You're not only learning sports, but you're learning how, like, let's say, you notice that one partner, if he make one mistake,
he just want to be difficult for being difficult sake.
You're learning how people operating when it
somebody
comes
shoot Mr. My brother, that had no fucking traveling carnival.
When it comes to situations, check me. You will learn certain things when it comes to certain situations and how certain people react. You will learn how somebody react outside of your house.
LJ, I arranging our children to get married. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. Since us force, we forcing things on them.
You see it outside, and you know how people can, you know how people can act up. You know how people can, you just learn how people think, how they speak. People can speak very intelligent. People can speak very dumb, and you just have to understand to yourself that what Mr. saying making sense. You're learning things outside of your house that you wouldn't learn in school, because your teachers wouldn't come there and talk.
It's not about your teachers.
Let him finish.
It has certain things.
And then I'm very about to start, so I'll go for your way.
It has certain things that your teachers wouldn't say to you.
Right.
And it has certain things that your certain friends wouldn't say to you. That you can actually learn from it, but they wouldn't actually say to you, because you have to understand, school is supposed to be a professional setting. Things supposed to be kept professional there, even if it's even your friends you're talking to, but you cannot be caught saying certain things in school, like saying, oh, you can shoot up the school and all that and like that. You don't get in trouble for that. So outside of school now is where you think, that's my biggest problem in school. School not actually teaching you.
To add to the point, children cannot fully react as they please at school because they can get in trouble in an extracurricular activity.
Or trying to start your own business or whatever. They'll teach you what you need to learn, as in educational wise, basic maths, English, which is nothing that's going to actually prepare you for the real world.
Okay.
So that is why I believe that you need to go outside and learn things for yourself. But you need to talk to people and learn things from other people.
But yes, I agree with that. But but school is where it's starting. School is where you're actually going to meet different people, and it's not about your teachers teaching you how to be street man. Your teachers will never teach you that. It's the people that are around you that are going to teach you that. Your friends and whoever else that not your friends. You check? And then, I mean, if your parents don't want you on the street, then you will never learn how to be street man. Is what you go to school. Is when you go to school, that is when you will learn things like that. You will learn some things, but you won't learn everything. Because if your parents don't want you on the street, then why is the point in even trying? You can't go outside, so why is the point?
To add to I agree with where an LJ point on some aspects, but goes honestly, if you think about school, I understand you trying to say school can't teach you street spots, but I disagree. I believe school is like a simulation, because in school it's just like a simulation, like the real world. Because think about it, you go in from like 8 to 1. Some people is 8 to 4 doing work, and then you have free time to yourself. Well,
because they programming you to be a working class citizen.
Yeah. But goes, the thing about street smarts goes, I feel like in school you can learn street smarts, and on the street self, that's why you apply what you learn.
Nobody though say school is not a social place. It is. We're just saying that outside activities help to better those social skills.
Apply yourself and learn how to be street smart. Because what can happen to you on the road is way more experience than what can happen to you when you just talk to a little thing inside the school.
What if you can't go on the road now?
Well, you'll have to stay in school and try and learn, try and do like extracurricular activities, because that's also another gateway. Just as LJ and I said.
But that is what I say. It starts in school.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. But we didn't start interacting with people until we did our extracurricular activity, basketball. And LJ, I also disagree with you on the point that school doesn't teach you anything. Like we said, it starts with school. Schools teach you the basics of what you need. Your taxes have accounting there. In accounting, they cover some of the thing about taxes. School basically gives you a basic understanding, so you have general knowledge, so you won't be looking like such of a dumbass.
And quickly, but after you finish, right, I have to read the comments there because you know there's a lot of things I need to read in the comments. Just saying.
Podcast's getting hot.
Yeah. All right, so let me just read up. Let me just
Not
read
even
everybody
310.
right?
210.
So just to backtrack a bit, right? When Kateri was explaining about her sister, and she said her sister alien rapist on the road saying good afternoon because she doesn't have any experience to understand different people. In school, you greet anybody you want, and it's whatever. Children need extracurricular activities that open them up to different experiences. So their mothers will go the piano class and the football lessons, and when they go out, when they out of my house, they will stop.
I agree with you. I'm gonna hit you.
And after I will pay my long money. If you can't play like Beethoven, then who you? Class is double time.
You ain't gonna hit you. I'm telling you now.
So that was for way, yeah. You were an outgoing person. Don't come so. You said that enough times.
When I say that,
Like
Maybe he lied to you. Maybe he lied to you. You ever thought of that?
Right to you,
I know.
Where coming out?
Theory also said, right, that way you agree with whatever, you know, but you just want to be difficult.
But I agree with what the man saying. Is his point that saying that school doesn't teach you social, you know,
We can agree with something.
school doesn't put you in social settings, which is not true. It's social settings for a child. School is the first social setting you put like you in here. Like that is when you actually start in. That's when you actually start into interact with other children on a social level by yourself, without the supervision of adults.
Right. And Kateri also said that to add to the point,
Well, like my children
fully...
hate me. My job is to raise them.
So see that to add to that point, Kateri said, right, children cannot fully react as they please at school because they can get in trouble in an extracurricular activity. People are more open to react as they would naturally. She's also said that for we, nobody does say school is not a social place. It is. We're just saying that outside activities help to better those social skills. Because school is like 30% of your social settings until college. And she also said that when let her children hate her, her job is to raise them. These are the comments. So yeah, so I mean...
Are you crazy? School is under supervision of several adults.
I mean,
full
you
of
can raise
rules.
your children, that's fine. But what I trying to say is that you're going to make them grow, you're going to make them hate the things that you force them into. And they're actually going to want to do it. You make your son play piano, and then he play piano his whole childhood, and then he never play piano again. What is the point? Because he hate playing piano now. So what is the point? What was the point of even letting him learn it if he's not never going to do it again because he hates it?
And she also said, are you crazy? School is under supervision of several adults, full of rules.
So you and your friends never pull up in a corner and talk whatever they was talking about without any teachers around.
LG, I think I might mute her.
No idea, I just not saying anything.
Oh.
No, I agree for you know, you can we have a little situation here. There's a bounty on creeper and everybody going to come there and fuck up the vibes.
That's what
I can just take out creeper in the posse
You projecting cause you were raised with people forcing you to do dumb shit. No child hates their parents for making them do SMTH and productive.
I guess stand long never got also.
The more you shoot creeper. Shoot creeper.
Let me just try a thing there quickly. Never mind. Let me just sit down, I guess.
Nice. I know. So all that dramatic music can go away.
Yeah. Alright, no. Oh, yeah. Let me see here, the comments. So, Kateri also said, he projecting cause you were raised with people forcing you to do dumb shit. No child hates their
We are
parents
ending
for
the
making
convo
them
with
do
you.
something
You stick
productive.
on your point.
That's not true.
I'll let you live, babes.
I know plenty of people that their parents forced to do things and they hate it. I had a partner I used to play football with, and his mother forced him to play football. He didn't want to play football. He never liked sports, and his mother forced him to play sports. And now he cannot watch football. He cannot even play because he don't like it. So I'm not the only person. You just want to be against me or you?
I was personally, I was never forced to do anything in my life. My brother and sister was. My brother was actually, I lie. My brother wasn't forced to do anything except karate. My brother was forced to do karate. Just put him in karate and whatever. My mother tried to force me and put me in football, and I'd never like it until I ended up meeting the woman that I'd met at the time.
And he hate football, but does he hate her?
The only thing I was ever forced to do was just to go outside and play and be friends, go parties and things there, because it was, and I understand where my mother and them was going. It's kind of worrying that you see your child, they're lonely, they don't have no friends. To them, they just shaking their wings in. But as a parent, you probably checking like your child just there, why your child not going out, and be like act like normal children, go out and play friends and everything. I was never going out like that and whatever. So my parents would literally just tell me, "Early go outside, go down the river with whoever, go and party, go to that party. There are no parties are coming up. Why you not going to no parties? Them kind of thing there." And I never, and at the time I just didn't want to go, but I checking like, I did go. Why my mother? Like all parents want their children to stay inside.
They
And my
might
parents
hate
want
the
to go
thing.
outside.
Because honestly,
But they
I
will
think
not
that is
hate
more
their
of your parents
parents.
wanting
It's
you
like
to be
saying if
more
your
like them.
parent give you a little slap today, you will hate.
I don't think so.
Because let's say you like to stay outside, right? Like let's say you like to be inside, right? Like to be inside, read your book, play games, whatever. But your mother's again, like when I was young, I was outgoing and whatever. I want him to do the same thing. I don't want him to stay inside.
It was never like that. It was never like that. They never tell me what to do.
I'm not talking about you in your situation, like you know what I mean. But I just saying that most of the time it's basically like your parents want you to be just like them. My mother just do me the same thing. I do like to.
Yeah.
My mother, when my mother was young, she used like to go out and go jam and thing. And I wasn't doing that much, and she was like, "Oh, why he doesn't go, blah blah blah." And I checking like, I don't care. You heard?
To this day, my mother's asking me,
Want
"Okay,
to
why
tell
you
me
not
my
going out with
children
your
will
friends,
hate me? Emoji happy tears.
To
If
this
it's that
day,
little
right?
thing that gonna make them hate me, then I will not make.
If I have to go out, I'll go out.
Alright, so Kateri also said, right? They might hate the thing, but they will not hate their parents. It's like saying if your parents give you a little slap today, you will hate them. And she's saying, want to tell me my children will hate me. If that little thing that gonna make them hate me, then she'll not make.
Your children, it have many reasons. It have many small things that your children can hate you for. It doesn't have to be something big. You don't have to stab them in their face for them to hate you.
We like to use the minority of statistics to back up his points. Just cause SMTHN happens doesn't mean it's the general population.
What Jordan Peterson say. He say that don't make your children become something that you will hate. You check? So you can hate your children and your children can hate you. It doesn't matter. What you do is just... It doesn't have to be something big.
And still, guys, everything's subjective. What can be small to you can be bigger to them. So,
and Kateri also said that we like to use the minority of the statistics to back his point.
What minority? Up to now, I don't use a statistic there.
Just because something happened doesn't mean it's a general population.
But not that I say. You know what? Let me shut my mouth and say, continue your podcast.
I can answer you, but it'll be disrespectful, so I digress.
I think we basically touch upon that topic. If there's any more
everything is not
you need to
subjective.
say or ask or anything, you can go ahead.
I like how we go from if video games causing violence to children hating their parents so much.
Well, that is what. Well, honestly,
I love it. I love it. I love it. So
honestly, that is a sign of a good podcast.
What just happened?
That's really
You switch into the next topic. That
all right.
But that is the sign of a good podcast, you know, that we can start with a topic and then emerge into a new one just like that. And we can have subtopics from that one topic.
Facts. So Kateri said everything is not subjective. Everything is not subjective. Sometimes everything is not subjective, I guess. It's like what I can say about that is sometimes. Let me finish it out. Yeah. Okay, so just to confirm, you know, just to touch upon that good thing a bit, you know, video games, they don't cause violence. It's just that the type of people you are, and according to how you are raised, that's how you grow up to be. You know, what you see as a young child and stick in that.
John point your children to be more socially interactive will help them in the future.
And just one other point on that, like growing up, seeing things. When you see things in your family, growing up seeing things in your family doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to grow up and do the same shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, what I can say about that really.
You check like let's say you grew up watching your father beat your mother, and as a boy, you know, like it might like it is half. Like let's say you grow up and you start beating a woman, or you resent that notion and you just not do it and you just don't do it at all, or when you get older. It's
either or you just not retaliating at all.
It's either you learn it or you learn from it. That's what happens.
Exactly. Anyway, so let's kill that horse and let's go to the next topic. Keep horse.
Alright, so the next topic, right, is something that concerns me, right? The fact that they are making the vaccines mandatory, They are making the vaccines mandatory, and it's making a lot of people uncomfortable, you know. That's why I wish I had Carl Nassif on that live, so I can ask him
Dominica?
questions. Yeah, boy.
Make it mandatory. Well, in Europe, it's more like they're not forcing you to take it, but you can't go nowhere. So if you're not taking the vaccine, like you can go places, but you cannot go places like indoors. You cannot go and eat inside a restaurant if you haven't taken the vaccine. You can't go to the gym. You just cannot go nowhere that indoors that's going to have other people.
Because what happened in Dominican, alright? So
let them do it or burn down everything.
Since Carl have like a lot of businesses in Dominica, he is saying that if you see his workers are not vaccinated, then every 2 weeks they have to bring in an antigen test when they are negative. But what he also said not too long ago is that make life hard for the people that are not vaccinated, and that right there is kind of not something you have to say, Marilla, because if you just checking that we should shut out people that are not vaccinated from the country and society.
Scarlet House, Hospital, Linton House, Nassif House, Pappy House, everybody house going down.
Victorian kind of thing, and I don't like that.
Yeah, you check. You cannot just like, who are you? Okay, you have business. Okay, I go and tell you. So I go and call him out, Marilla. Who are you to say what people should live, or like who your standards people should live to up to, Marilla? You are a very successful businessman. A lot of people respect you, but do not overstep your boundaries, my brother. You are not a leader. You are not nothing. You may be ruling spirits and giving him money. That is your business, brother. But the problem is, what you have to remember that Dominicans, not every Dominican that going to just sip from scared hands. You check if it's that.
Well, everybody should have the right to choose whether or not they want to take nothing.
Check. People should have the right.
Unless it's killing people in mass.
I'm making pressure cook bomb BS
like
one
the Black
time.
Plague or some shit like that.
Right.
In my opinion, COVID not killing people in mass like that. So people have the right to take the vaccine if they don't want to.
Right, and I honestly goes, I wish somebody actually stand up and tell him that. I wish I could set up a thing because I don't know my number, I don't know his email. If I could, I would have emailed me and tell him something, because you cannot be saying them kind of thing there. You cannot just say we should make life hard for the people that are not vaccinated. I going to stand up for the
vaccine. Any business owner have their right to make it mandatory in their business.
You check.
People aren't bound to bend to your feelings. That's their business.
I vaccinated.
It going and be the
but I not
Rasta
going and say
terrorism all
I
over
vaccinated,
again.
you're not vaccinated, I am already, and you know goes that
Carl
unfair.
should get smoked for saying that.
Mr. should just shut his mouth, my brother. Mr. feeling too big in the country, and Mr. should really and truly humble himself because Mr. really overstepping his boundaries. You successful, you bring a lot of money in the country, I respect that. But what you say there, what he said there, I wish hope, one day, I wish that section of the life reach out somewhere and he hear that he have to learn to humble himself because that's exactly what he have to do. Because you cannot just be saying them kind of thing there.
Those of all in the chat, if all you have Kyle Nassif contact.
People that not vaccinated, make it mandatory for them to get tested, but don't force them to get vaxxed.
Check.
To talk about this topic right here.
And like, let's see, the Kateri said, right?
And you know what, Finny, if asbestos situation happen again, he not going and pay.
Let me show you what Kateri says. So any business owner have their right to make it mandatory in their business. People aren't bound to bend to your feelings. It's their business. I disagree with that Carl say. That is ridiculous. And like, yeah, I like, honestly, that is just dumb. Safari said it's going to be the Rasta terrorism all over again.
We can humble him, you know, fellas. I have duct tape and rope.
And Terry said I should get smoked for saying that, and I agree. You cannot just come and say, oh, everyone should make life hard for people not vaccinated. Jack and Safari also said, and you know what, funny? If I am asbestos situation happen again, he not going to pay, and that's true. See, we can humble him, you know, fellas. I just have duct tape and rope, papa mate. Exactly, that would have to say, my brother, because
we can tie him up and cough in his face.
Yeah, boy.
And sneeze all on him.
Yeah, man.
But some of them, I think some of them man just believe that once you get the vaccine, that you're going to stop the virus.
You're not going to stop. You're not stopping shit, Dread. You're going to get it either way. You can't get it still.
The only way to stop that virus is for people to just relax themselves and know that we're in a pandemic. And do, because realistically, nobody do have to get the vaccine for that virus to stop, you know.
I'd rather natural selection. That is the only thing that can stop the virus. Because as you can see, it are people that getting the virus and they never getting it again because the immune system already used to it.
9 chance to survive. So, we ghost worst case scenario.
If you get the virus and you die,
sparring.
then just blame your dumb ass body. I don't know.
Boy,
talk to these niggas.
It have people that not vaccine that don't want to get the vaccine because they are scared of these side effects. And check, and I agree. You check, you never know how your body can react to this thing. You can just die because you take the vaccine. You check. You cannot be. I'm saying about we should make life hard for people not unvaccinated. That's not fair, my brother. Like real talk. And that happening all over the world. People was like they were saying, get the vaccine or else you will die. You get the vaccine, you get reward. No, get the vaccine or else what, my brother? What you going to do? You gonna shut down half the country because they don't get vaccinated? That's not fair. And that really triggered me when I hear that murder. The man saying with all his chest as if he have a right to say that, you know. You have a right to say that.
Anyway, huh?
What? You wasn't talking about how they had said they was paying people up in the States to take the vaccine now.
Yeah, they was paying people to take the vaccine $100.
See that. They have to pay to take a vaccine, really. Like honestly,
it are people that are strongly against it because like it have evidence where it's showing that people big side effects, whoever limbs stop working, people actually dying after they take the vaccine.
You check.
So it's like, so what if because for me I perfectly healthy, right? I get COVID once since like in March. COVID come out when February. I get COVID in March, and we in what?
And if the thing have long-term side effects, who going and pay?
So it's like. What if I take the vaccine and I die now?
Check. And I agree with people that don't take the vaccine. I took the vaccine for personal reasons. I know why I take the vaccine. Other people will take it because, you know, they
saying
don't
SMTHN like that is very dictator-ish. Tell Carl to relax. His Adolf Hitler us showing.
See what the comments say now. Kajari said people are not vaccinated make it mandatory. Okay, I said that already. Tavares said 99% chance to survive. Worst case scenario is a little long scarring. Crazy.
I'm not taking it.
And if the thing have long-term side effects, who going to pay? It's exactly who going to pay for it. And Kateri said saying something like that is very dictatorish. Tell Carl to relax. He's out of Hitler is showing, and that is true. Like
Let's
I
say
really
take the
wish.
vaccine, and my car just get small and thing. I can live now? I can explain? I can explain that now? I can tell them thing. I can tell my woman like, yeah, I take the vaccine, and my car small. Not my fault.
Oh, she gonna leave you because of alcohol.
Yeah.
You check?
All she wanted you for was cow.
I just going on. I have to blame Carl Nassif now because you see you Carl in your motors make my car small. We take the vaccine.
Like I really wish I could. Like I said, you know what? Subscribe, like, and I promise you I'll try my best to get Carl Nassif on them live so we can actually ask him what are his thought processes on his statement because I need to know for myself.
You check, talk to if you know Carl, talk to him or get us his contact. We want to
get
have
us
him
something.
on by episode 0. We want to have him on by episode something.
At this episode like, 10 or something like that, or even sooner. You check as soon as possible on. Oh, I don't know that. No, I forgot. I want to get him I want to get him this year on the live. Which I want to understand his thought process in saying that because that actually triggered me, and I actually happy that people saying they're gonna boycott his businesses because of that. Because honestly, you cannot say them kind of thing, man. You cannot just say the people that do take vaccine are not important and they should just be treated like animals. That's basically what you're saying there, you know, Dread. You're making people believe as if they need you. Nobody needs you, Dread. Really and truly, you make it just convenient for people to shop. But if you take away your businesses, I'm sure Dominicans can find a way to make themselves better.
Just go in the bush and go dashing.
Yeah, you check. I can even dash in instead of going and buy macaroni and cheese in the Dread. I have been doing that. You check. What a frip.
Right.
And we know according to a new research paper from Israel that it better to get natural immunity than the vac. Look it up, the paper just come out.
So any
also
more
said that,
points?
and you know, according to a new research paper from Israel, that it is better to get natural immunity than the vaccination. And yeah, that's all.
People not can boycott. Where they gonna shop if they boycott? Astafans.
It have greens
To eat spaghetti that
wholesale.
tasting
It have
like
wheat
cockroach. Emoji happy skipping the rest. And Israel have one of most back places on the earth.
Because that's not behind me then. Because I know Team Dominica and
The dirt.
not I do care, you know, about Dominica. It's just that Dominica is a small place. The first wave of COVID it didn't have much.
Here I go
so
and
maybe
shop
because
the
people
dirt.
start doing how much cushioning. You know that really started that whole outbreak of COVID in Dominica. That bike festival.
Yeah, that bike show, Maji.
That caused that whole outbreak of COVID in Dominica. You know? And I was checking like, bro, like we in a pandemic. All you dumb?
Like that was really irresponsible, man. That was really irresponsible.
And you see majority of the people out there, they didn't even have masks or nothing on them. And they ain't even had somebody had even died there because had a fight, and they still continue the festival. They still go and had a jam the same night.
I don't know what
like, somebody died in this thing, and all you still continue the thing and act like nothing do happen.
I reach.
Like honestly, it's sad, man. That's really sad.
The thing is what I do like about Dominica. All Dominica like is fete and party and all like that thing, and they do worry about whatever consequences.
You know, like you can
Connect suicide to people that come back door. Make them free.
But you know, that make it worse. You're not working, so you're getting money to go.
But if you're not working, what else? If you're not working, what else you can do except
go posing?
Pose and do what?
Go on a picnic with your girlfriend and tell her you love her and show her.
But what about man like Keeper? Man like Keeper can't get woman. Oh, what is all to do?
Well, stay at your woman, play 2K. That's what all Keeper does do anyway.
It's not my Keeper now, eh?
I just checking. Like you need to understand that we in a pandemic.
Throw the car in the sea.
You, as much as you want life to be normal, it's really not right now.
Yeah, honestly. Like
shit,
really and truly?
Shit serious, and
watch some documentaries.
And take caution.
Stop malpalai my dog.
I don't mind you have your bike first, but the way the man do that was very disorganized.
That was very, very, very responsible.
and unresponsible how they had everything going on.
Like they should have. Oh my God, they should have done a lot of things. You check.
I said non-responsible. Irresponsible.
Like honestly, man. For those of you who are joining in, this is a podcast. We're not actually gonna play much today, you know, because it's, you know, we have to talk about stuff. I don't know mind. We want to bring each other's points of view across.
I have a few
so
words to say in this
We
podcast.
might make a different channel if we get enough subscribers for the podcast.
Yeah, honestly, I want to keep that channel as a gaming channel and move the podcast to our next channel. You know, check. I want to have different channels for different reasons. You know, I don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
one big soup.
We're gonna call it the episode the podcast.
Yeah, episode podcast. You know.
So tell your friends.
So yes, Yari, I mean R6 the gamer, you said you have a few words to say in the podcast. So you want to be added to the party chat to talk to us, or you want to sit in the comments?
One guess.
No, not guess. Caller.
The caller, Ari.
Oh, so that's how this ended.
Alright, let us add somebody add R6 the gamer into the podcast real
Okay,
quick. So you can,
alright. The phone had to ring first.
yeah, ring a ling 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 ling.
Hello, Moto.
Boy, that's
Hello to.
I got this, I'm doing it. I got this, I'm doing all of it is being done right now. All you have here is a friend.
Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, Creeper, you know this already. Try a stunt.
I'll do it.
Alright.
R6.
How can I call into the
Can stay
podcast?
more for more than 10 minutes?
Cause I have to cook. I can shut down way better in person.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
5 minutes.
we
Yes,
honestly,
more than 5 minutes.
only we have to find a way to get Kateri in that podcast. You know, Kateri, make a PlayStation account, my brother.
Let's
You can download it on her phone.
Yeah, you can download the
yeah,
PlayStation app on your phone.
Somebody have to make her account for her.
She can make it, but
You know what you can do? We can have a guest account, and then all you have to do is just download the app, and we'll give them the information.
First of all, you can never
That'll
shut
be
me
deadly.
down. I don't know if that is the first time you're talking to me, but you know me already.
I'll just give her my auto account, I guess. She can do it all now. If she can
Who want to
Okay,
come into the
Kateri.
podcast as Sim Crips?
Kateri, hear that, right? We would like you to download the PlayStation app on the App Store, you know, quick, and Creeper will give you his sign in so you can join the thing, so you can give 1, 2 words, one bam, bam, you know.
And that goes to everybody else. If
Yeah,
you want
that's
to
to
call into the
everybody else, you know.
podcast, yeah.
Yeah, but Creeper will just give his account to Kateri. Check.
Yellow tape
Sponsored,
around
be
his
sponsored by
body.
Sony. Not really.
With this podcast has also been sponsored by Food
Emoji happy
Acting. You
tears.
check
Emoji
food
happy
stuff
tears.
them and them
App
and
Store.
all them nice things, you know.
PlayStation. That done work.
You check, yeah. Download the PlayStation app from the App Store or wherever. You have to download the APK. I don't know. Try something and get the App Store.
I'll send it for her.
Yeah. Whoa.
We are also sponsored by Damas Wallet. Ridge Wallet. It made of metal. Go online and buy it. I'll show you a demonstration, but we're not actually sponsored by them.
Yeah,
But-
check.
Yeah.
If we get enough subscribers and we actually get a good audience, man, trust me, the podcast can be so much better because we can have so many
Can be
good stuff,
sponsored.
man.
Can be sponsored by Carl Nassif.
If your digital Wi-Fi can download that APK faster.
Shut your mouth, man.
sponsor.
What was that?
This, we are also sponsored by Exquisite Occasions. Not only that I'm part owner of Exquisite Occasions,
Kitty, check your phone.
now that we are sponsored, now that we have an actual sponsor, I can actually talk. Exquisite Occasions, get your tents, chairs, and anything that you need to rent for any exquisite occasion, weddings, parties, funerals. We also do catering. Don't know? Call us at, I'll give all you my number later. And
Allu
order your
going and get
chairs and
cancelled
whatever
long
events.
before
We
Allu
also
gets
have
sponsored.
Please
tablecloth,
call.
chairs,
UK
table
what?
chairs,
That
table
Digicel
ties,
comment.
chair ties, chair covers.
Please call 1-800-FLOCK.
1-800-FLOCK, which you
Danny
can
check
DM
me,
if
I
you
read
need
instead.
any tables, tents, chairs, or any
Okay, so
events
consider him
that
to
you
send
are
the link for her
hosting.
instead of Creeper because Creeper just gonna disrespect the girl.
Yes, don't know.
Creeper, you sent the link for her already?
Yeah.
Alright, so Katerri, just tell somebody, please tell somebody.
Anyway, one at a time, man. One at a time. So we are running.
We have R6.
R6
a
gamer.
caller. Talk to your boy. Why is you?
Hello, caller, are you there?
Are you there, caller?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Are you there?
Is your share audio on so we can hear in the live as well?
Yes,
Yes, I did leave it on.
What is your question, sir?
What do you have to say?
My question is, wait, white people in Dominica, so we in pandemic, but why they still want to have party? Why they still want to have events? I cannot understand that. And the police are doing nothing.
Why you sounding like an old man? Or in BBS.
Honestly, dog, you know, it's all culture, you know, that is Caribbean people culture. Caribbean people love a fete. Caribbean people.
It's the young people fault. You check me, what? You check me, Cecil. It's the young people fault. You check, in your mother.
You know, like honestly, I get that people love fete and thing. I really get it, but some people, like, you have to understand. Like, honestly, I grew up in Gramigos and I used to go every carnival. Check, I used to prefer to go carnival and thing, but let me tell you, yeah, carnival nice, carnival airy. But at the same time, you have to be responsible, because if you want to have carnival again, just follow the protocol. Just follow the protocol for a little more time. You're not going, you're not an ant, you're not a fly. You're not going to die in the next 24 hours, maybe. But
Cecil, put the vaccine mandatory. I am not a kindergarten school boy. I am not staying in a home.
I know, you can't be locked up in a blasted house.
But I don't know why they. Okay, real talk. Real talk. That's not right to make.
What's the time?
Sorry, that's not right.
5:20.
The choice of it is not right at all.
right.
To say like, okay, you live in there, like, okay, you must get that. So why you cannot up the GDP, huh? You can put in that up it. Up the pay people supposed to get up minimum wage. Because you have more of a chance of dying from a vaccine. The vaccine will more kill you than the virus.
And I hear we have 8 related deaths now. I didn't even know we had 4 more.
That is a lie. Let me tell you a thing. You see, in the world, they're just lying since COVID that kill you. You die in a car crash,
COVID.
before you crash.
So they say it's COVID, not true.
Your bones fucking break, it puncture all your lungs, COVID.
Check, you die of excessive
Our
masturbation.
economy would collapse if we raise minimum wage.
That's why you could have fallen burned. You could have burned to death, and they say it's COVID that makes you fall.
It's the same way George Floyd died, you know, they say it's COVID that killed him, man, and not the fact that the man was stamping on his knee. That's what people say, innit?
He had COVID at the time.
They checking he had COVID at the time, and because they was arresting him, he died of COVID, and not the fact that the police was kneeling on his neck. The one place he can breathe, as if he had to breathe for his ass.
That's the amount of times I cannot put in your mind that I can breathe. It's COVID that killed him, man.
Yeah, the fact the man couldn't breathe.
Angelo Allen, I don't know where they call it that. You hear me? It's not COVID that killing people. It's vaccine. It's them experimental vaccine they want to make and make it mandatory. So it's China.
Angela.
Brilliant plan.
So Yari, what you're saying is the millions of people that die before a vaccine was even created, they die from the vaccine.
Yes, sir. All of that was a plan to make the vaccine into a film.
One thing, you really like them people that's called EBS. Anyway, caller. Anyway, caller. It was nice having you on. We'll have you on next time. Somebody kick me, sir. Next caller.
Ever hear of the Tuskegee experiment?
Yes,
Okay,
I will let me call.
Tafari, to look like Tafari wants to talk, you know, creep out Tafari to the things them. Tafari, you know, listen already, you know.
I have Tafari on my friends list.
Oh, they more dead no matter.
Tafari never asked me about.
That means I'll have to do it, and that means I'll have to blue screen the thing for like a second. Okay, so Tafari, make sure you share audio on before I add you. Make sure you share audio on before you even join the thing. So let me add Tafari real quick to the thing so you can see what you have to say. You have 5 minutes, Tafari, to express your views on the live, you know, on the podcast.
We can probably
Who's our next guest?
Asura Hammer. Yeah, we can have Kateri. Once Kateri actually get the app and sign in and thing, because yeah.
they can make an account for.
Because Creeper says she giving her. Creeper, you give her your account already?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. Tafari,
Yeah,
why
I
you
can
don't
make an
accept the
account,
man
so,
friend request,
guest
Tafari?
speakers.
Tafari,
Did our
Aylas.
petition.
Yeah, we can make a guest account.
Yeah, we
And
can make a
just
guest
log
account.
You can just log in with that account.
But the thing is, right, you have to sign the guest account into a PS4 for it to actually work with the communication features, as the only old thing.
Oh damn. Oh well.
So Terry, check when you're ready, you
make a
can
guest
just.
account on the PSO.
Yeah, but one
online.
of us so that you would have to leave the party and thing.
Oh, that is what you're talking about. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It have to be on. Wait, it have to be online for you to use it.
No.
The thing is, right,
But,
when you
upload on it.
if you make a
We
PlayStation
will
account,
set
right?
it up for next stream, guys.
Yeah, we just have for next stream. Next Sunday, we can set it up for next Sunday. Alright, we have Asurahama in the live with us. Asurahama, why you would tell us what you think of what's going on in the country, what we've spoken about.
Yeah, all you know about the Tuskegee experiment.
No, what tell us about that?
What?
Okay, the Tuskegee experiment. Okay, back in America around the 1940s, I believe, they was injecting black people with syphilis to see the effects of syphilis. No, back in the day, people were checking that was a lie. Come to find out now in the 50s, the CIA released a document that yes, they was injecting black people with syphilis, saying it was a polio vaccine, but it was actually to test the effects of syphilis. That is why let's make the joke. Imagine one day they wake up and their car drop off.
So I could get syphilis. So I could get syphilis for free instead of getting it from my woman.
Yes, actually, all senior no goes. You pay for that. But yeah, me myself now goes. Imagine you take them and 40 years to say, yeah, we was injecting niggas with syphilis. Me, I stop trust them. I trust them people, you know.
So how does that make you feel?
Me goes, I don't trust them people again.
Look
Unless I
alive,
know the
saved
virus
locked
on
in
me,
your
I think
region. Emoji happy
like when I
tears.
get bite
Emoji
bad,
happy tears. Emoji
When I
happy
get bite
tears.
from a pit bull on a cliffside, that is another story by itself. When
Oh,
when the
you
man tell
have
me I have to
syphilis?
go and take a
God does really have my
shot,
back,
you
eh?
don't know what tetanus is checking. I, good fella, give me that right in my left arm. Because I'm not trying to get crippled.
So Kateri said, oh yeah, syphilis. God does really have my back, eh? Now what Kateri?
What?
Yellow tape around his body.
So it's
Where
like,
all that coming out?
like honestly, there's a lot of things we don't know about the vaccine check. Especially one thing, okay, like honest, I don't want to be that kind of person because I'm not. But I want to be open-minded.
I would be more appropriate, right, if they had a normal vaccine. But all you know, the mRNA vaccine, right? The way it working, right?
You behind his back.
Injecting into your body and telling your cells to produce a specific kind of a thing. Not instead of a normal virus.
Vaccine.
Taking a weaker version of the virus and just injecting it in you so your body can fight it.
The vaccine causing your body to create artificial antibodies.
Yes, instead of instead of just putting the virus and making your body fight it off. That in itself, although they're saying it has been there for like 10 years in studies.
Everything always been there for 10 years. When Ebola come out, there was like Ebola was there for 25 years. So how come we never hear about it?
You check those, you check me, and all them things checking, oh, it's safe. Let me tell you, goes. All you know, back in the day, people were saying cigarette safe. Doctors checking see school belongs.
Everybody was doing it, so.
Yeah, everybody's getting cancer too.
That's your choice.
Imagine,
you know what? Talking as we're on that topic there. You know what? Like when people when we was in school, right? They was doing how much campaigns and things telling us.
Oh, you mean there? You mean there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that collapsed. That collapsed because it was full of pedophiles.
Anyway.
Because I have my pulse on everything, you know.
Mr. is an informant, man.
Yeah.
Anyway. Like honestly, it's more about like when you like the way they're campaigning us telling us not to do drugs and not to smoke cigarettes and them kind of thing there. Like ever since I was a child, I remember people telling me not to smoke and not to do drugs and thing. Like it's really like honestly, it's like media have a big effect on you.
I telling you. You check got little wind dry now. He's splitting locks to make more because you're falling off. Lean. You know what people he makes that drink lean? You know what people little wind convince to drink lean now?
A lot, I guess.
Was every other trap was a lean.
Well,
Anyway, caller.
Don't do
nice having
drugs.
you on.
Yeah, man, I do my head out.
We will have you on next time.
We'll have you on next, buddy. We'll have you on next time. You know, thank you so much for joining the live and sharing your views. You know, thank you very much. Chuck, one day we'll have it a lot simpler. We'll have it done in Discord. You know, so people can have it. It'll be a lot easier for people to just get a Discord account and join pop instead of making an account for a one-time thing. You know.
Anyway,
VST in the house.
Yeah, if you want to join the podcast on our call, please let us know through the chat. We are also sponsored by Ridge Wallet, even though we are not actually. But just keep that in mind. And I have a topic first, right about now.
We have VST in the chat. Thank you, VST, for sponsoring. Thank you, VST, for sponsoring the live, you know, for being there and stuff. Subscribe to VST Music and listen to VST's music. Thank you. You listen already.
So, 2 days ago, I saw something on the news. Even I doesn't really watch the news, but I hit on the internet and then I went to watch the news about it.
Alright.
The US Army ended up bombing in Afghanistan or in Iraq, I can't remember, but they thought they were bombing terrorists, but in reality they bombed a group of civilians. Now, they were talking about is an unmanned drone that bomb, and they say that it's hard to identify from insurgents from civilians, which is very true. But I still think that they did a very bad job about that.
How you really going and bomb the wrong person?
An apology, but I don't think an apology can value, you know, lives, honestly. So what will I have to say about that?
Imagine you just chilling and bomb dead.
Boy.
That was crazy.
Like,
but honestly,
I just think, right?
Also, that might be a war crime.
Oh, what that just happened there. If I don't know about that story, I'd probably done my research on that, but it's surface level information from what you tell me. Anything else?
Safari, emoji crying loudly, emoji crying loudly.
Like, honestly, I think that is just a sad thing, man. I just sad that the fact that you bomb the wrong people. Like, boy, I don't want to say it was okay. I will say that was just carelessly done, my brother. Or you could like not confirm who you bombing before you bomb them. That right there is like,
no, I check that's a war crime.
People don't really care about other people.
Yeah.
Like a legit war crime.
Because yeah, you'd never get the skills tricky.
I don't know that.
Boy and them bomb done play A. I nearly died from one
I
A.
believe them man was sent to jail or anything.
And have yo step in.
Them man should be placed in jail for that. Whoever assigned them to do that should go to jail for that.
Yeah, like some kind of
because
consequence.
At the end of the day, them man just following orders. They not so realistically you're not supposed to ask questions. You're supposed to follow orders. So whoever that assigned them man to do that, or tell them man to do that, should.
Gossa might kill Strack of her own family.
Before you go and start bombing shit. Even if it's by mistake.
That's totally unjustified.
Because I just checking, right? Maybe I all you have.
Multi-kill.
Check me look to see there's a chilling oppressing your wife
for war crimes.
And thing and a bomb just hit you and kill everybody. How does it feel about that?
That was just unfair. Now like that it's sad, and condolences to anybody who knew anybody from that time, even if
You see things from Siberia, so you finally come and check you and you just see a white flash.
You just living your life. You're about to sell your daughter for a goat and
Oh my God.
goats, and you just there and you see a bomb coming down about to kill you and you're like, boy, them go to that is nice here.
To see you finally give yourself to Allah and then you're checking like, wait, what is that sound there?
Dog just breathe a javelin rockety and end up at a Bob Marley concert with Hussein.
And I see something and you just get your fresh AK and you're like, oh yeah, I need a policy or something and you can go, oh, you mad. And the man just kill you.
To see you just set up a rock to hang yourself right there, you open these two and you just die.
Okay, that one don't make it.
Alright, listen.
It's like okay, I don't know much about what the US Army have in their sleeve, you know, as weapons and technology, but I believe that they would have enough to tell the difference between, like, they have drones and things to actually see what are they and what they are about, what they
not really.
No, sorry, Colson.
It's really hard to identify.
But I was checking, you should have some kind of confirmation before you just send a bomb there, you know, like, honestly, you know.
Well, from what they say, they got a tip that it
We
has
have bombs and more are bombas.
precision group in wherever they bomb, and that
we can make you see the sun.
So if they just give them a tip and say every Dominican in Dominica is part of ISIS, they're just going to bomb Dominica and without confirming or something like that. Are you telling me? Because that's gonna trash, you know.
Because it's not like they can just walk in and check, you know. You never know.
Yeah, okay, I really and truly understand you cannot just walk in and check, but a different way could have been taken. Like, you could take a different routes to actually to confirm or whatever action. There's something else could have been done than just flying a bomb.
What exactly they bomb?
A village.
A village. So they thought everybody was terrorists inside there?
Well, they had a group there, basically.
Danny saying dominate a rough like a barbarian. Oh, Chinese warships coming in the Caribbean.
Checking like, yeah, these terrorists, so everybody need to die. That's crazy.
The smallest price to pay for salvation.
I mean, honestly, I think also that is something they wouldn't do. Bomb an entire village just because in that village have a group of terrorists, you know. I believe that they would actually send people there to take out the terrorists.
The real enemy is China.
The whole mass. Not like saying you bomb in the whole you bomb in the whole of, okay, let's say every liberate, every
liberate the world,
every member in cabinet in People's Park, and you want to just shoot one person, you bomb in the entire cabinet to kill one person.
Only Rasta can liberate the people.
If it's that special you're talking about, then yes.
I against America, so big up China.
Why shoot a sniper when I have an RPG?
Yes. No, there was following the patent in a car and they was checking they was terrorist. However, they want terrorists, they was just helping people.
At least
that was China.
Like, honestly, like that's what I said, right? Okay, let me read this from the comments, you know. So yeah, I say we have bombs and more bombers, okay?
No, China will make us slaves if they get their chance.
Alright, so Carter is saying that
China taking over countries by a debt that they know people can't pay back.
Yeah, so, well, the real enemy is China. That the Harry say, by the way. Liberate the world. Only Rasta can liberate the people. Oh my God! So terrorist is against America, so big up China. Crazy.
China was on America.
Why?
Yeah, that is true. In fact, I don't say anything. Korea, China, America, all them places why?
Them places mad in America.
To come out of America is immediate. I mean, that's my home place, you know, but I shaking like, I say. America too back to front.
She is a product of China.
I don't like America at all. I'd rather go back to Dominica any day.
I love Dominica. Dominica is my home, but from what the way scary it and they moving there, can't see from them motherfuckers.
I do worry about all them things. Them man can never be moving more stupid than how the president and all them
Over
other
hills
countries
and
do in
valleys
America.
too.
You being ridiculous at this.
Oh, Dominica,
Them man moving too
boy, I'm not
stupid
talking
in America.
about
Dominica
that,
for
my
life.
brother. I'm more talking about what opportunities Dominica have for me as a person, and I don't have none.
No, I'm talking about opportunities. I was checking like them man destroying the country. All of them, all fucking leaders around the world destroying their country. But not even the point. The point is, I can never watch a place like America and say American leaders better than in Dominica. And
I mean, I'm not saying
my
that.
whole point is Dominican people just like to complain too that much. Simple as that. Dominicans just like
America
to complain.
overrated. They becoming SMTH and I don't want to be a part of.
living their best life.
I will eat cacti before I sell my flag for America. The Caribbean is skipping the rest. The country nice boy. Emoji musical notes. Honestly, I'd rather go America and buy 100 acres in West Virginia and have my guns and farms, my animals and crops. Boy, India is the place to be. Gimme scared for another 20 years over Biden. Yes, Kateri preach. Them Indians accent does annoy me. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears.
But the type of things some of them man will be complaining about and making noise about now doesn't be making no sense. Them man will be getting life easy and sweet compared to other places, and them man complaining. But I hate because you know it way. See the life we live in both of us in New York, and our life can not sweet at all. You just everybody talking about America is gonna be.
When them
the only
boys
thing
tell you
America
they'll
have
kill the fucking cow or is jail.
opportunity. That's the only thing. Other than that, nothing else. Life not sweet in America. Whoever think life sweet in America, remember that you're wrong. Life not sweet in America.
I will say that at least I can buy a shoe.
Besides, they take over Barbados already.
900.
But as I'm telling you, you see things like that, people, and I agree with them. Like them things are actually ridiculous. Like a shoe for $900, I don't think it's ridiculous. Plus, you're not getting any money for it. Like getting cost money and everything expensive. Like the way Dominica set up is like as if you're not supposed to be able to afford nothing. And that is.
But that being said, America is great and has more opportunity, and it may be better for a certain type of person, but I'm not that person.
When it comes to things, I think they cater in to tourists.
The transportation system in Barbados is taken over by Indians, and Dominica is completely overrun in the construction industry by Chinese. Boy, Barbados really gone
1,000 EC a night. You check, like, I mean, obviously the hotel is catered to tourists, but
right.
It's like if somebody in Dominica, like, they can't even get to stay a night. Like people, like the average Dominican can't even afford half of that. They're not even making half of that in a week. What's just for them to check? So it's like everything catering, everything cheaper for tourists, but when it comes to the people that actually living on the island, like they struggling.
I just think we have to leave one of that shit and bad enough, so we don't have to worry about that. Because that's basically
boy, America is just suffering from inflammation and overpopulation.
You see them moment when you come Dominican thing and you're talking to an old friend of yours, it's like where you want to go. Oh, you can bring me can ski all kind of push. I come down Dominica time a girl asked me to bring a sunset to you. I say, sun what set? I go.
We prefer tourists because of the exchange rate.
I was gonna be front there.
No, I don't mind if you're my woman and you want to go somewhere nice. You check, I will do that. But you're not my woman. Me and you just linking up as friends and go sunset like I'm taking you on some date or some shit.
But hear that. Right. Before
places like America have to worry about their pollution.
The richest country in the Caribbean. And listen to me.
Which country?
Richest country in the Caribbean.
Is Dominica?
It can be. Well, let me tell you why. Dominica is the only country in the Caribbean with rich natural resources. You check. We can sell soil. We can sell water. We can sell air. We can sell whatever the fuck we want.
People have to understand that Dominica honestly is worth more than any other country.
But we don't do it.
But we does not do it.
Like LJ said.
That's the thing, murder.
Like, are you talking about now? So you know, soil leaking back by itself.
The thing is, if we do it and we start doing it excessively, we're doing it too much for the earth to replenish itself.
Yeah.
And Dominica not going to be Dominica anymore.
Like honestly, if you sell a batch of soil to somewhere, let's say Africa, just one order of soil to Africa is all of Dominica in Madrid.
Boy, my brother, all them free thing we give in fucking China, all you're talking about, giving
Dominica is not the only country. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. Your point stands, but it won't make us rich.
And they come and build their damn stadium and their damn sport.
Wait. It's a battle.
If we sell soil, we will suffer from soil erosion and we can't farm because we too mountainous.
But we're not indebted to China.
Yes, but the point is, but my brother, the point is that we could be selling these things to them and giving our own local people the jobs to build them kind of thing.
They don't want to do it, way.
Yeah. We have a few comments.
China must be
Dominicans don't want to work. Dominicans want freeness.
Let me just go over the
we
comments.
indebt to China. I think we point makes sense in theory, but it's impractical in practice.
Terry said, right? Let me just backtrack a bit.
We indebt to Venezuela.
That being said, America is great and has more opportunity, and it may be better for certain type of people, but I'm not that person. Tramway said the transportation system in Barbados is taken over by Indians, and Dominica is completely overrun in the construction industry by Chinese. So let's just say again. So Yari also said, boy, America is just suffering from information and overpopulation. Terry said it's cheaper for tourists because of exchange rates. Places like, and that's from Yari, places like America have to worry about their population. Okay, okay. Something there caught my attention, you know. So let me see. Kateri said Dominica is not the only country. Your point stands, but it won't make us rich. Tafari also said if we sell soil, we will suffer from soil erosion, and we can't farm because Dominica is too mountainous.
Okay, it might not make us like excessively rich, but at least it will improve with what it have now.
Yeah, so Kateri also said that where your point makes sense, but it is impractical in practice. So yeah.
I just checking.
So is the theory of relativity.
In terms of
goes in early for like if you can do this for how long.
In terms of the construction industry in Dominica,
we need to make our resources easily accessible to our people and make it just as to others, but we need to make a profit from us being in TR.
Because I have personally
we need an export rather than more imports.
And you said them man don't want to do shit, my brother, but they expect paid. Them man want to get paid for work that they not doing, you know.
Like honestly,
and I check it like it don't make it so like, oh, you want to get a job,
but that is
trying to get a job and you don't want to work and you come in and complain. And relating to the construction industry is like it has some things that them man like to call on the government for or say that is an issue, you all need to fix it. But realistically, you don't need to call the government to go and fix something like that. Like let's say you
in terms of construction, I can give a very inside view because I'm in the industry and I see everything from big projects to small projects.
But I don't give that, my brother, because
I say anything because I check in. It have a lot of things, my brother, that you don't need to be calling on the government for to be fixed.
Because in my opinion, I don't own in the road, I don't have to patch up the fucking road.
So you check in, so you see that is them kind of mindset their way. That does have.
What you mean is that kind of mindset, my brother? So now, if they don't me on the road and police come in and arrest me and think it have COVID and thing, I can't say it's my road there.
But rather, I'm not talking about COVID already. You see now,
I give you an example.
No, that have nothing to do with what I say. That have nothing to do with what I say.
Yeah, but
LJ, that's not how it works. In terms of development, they cannot just go out on their own to do it. There's a process that protects all. And Dominicans refuse to work also.
With the government, they just giving shit away. Check, they're giving away money, they're giving away house, resources and things. People don't have no motivation to work for nothing because they're giving everything to them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was going to say. What I hate about the government is that they make it so much that people have to depend on them to get everything, and
This
now they
is
don't do
starting
nothing
to
for
sound
themselves.
like Q95.
By the second, like, you cannot live like that.
Okay, like, I saw some comments here. Let me just read that real quick, you know.
Caller, we have to take a break.
Like, I'm not talking about
this is the side effects of socialism.
Like, it's a little patch in your but make noise, say, oh, scary, not a good leader because you do patch a fucking road on your like, seriously.
So, okay, so Yari said we need to make our resources
Look at Galleon.
to our people
LJ
and make
is
it
right
just
in a
as
sense.
to others, but we need to make a profit from us being in trades with other countries. Yari also said that we need an export rather than more imports.
Because
said
the country importing
Danny
more than they
again
exporting.
sent you a
And what
BN.
people say is like, oh, you can do it, like you can do it, but for how long, right? But it's a start. No, we can make some money doing that, and then we can transition to something else. Because the first part is to get the money, which is what we don't have.
Kateri also said that in terms of construction, I can give a very inside view because she's in the industry. And I see everything from big projects.
People from Sue Fryer and Galleon Dante want to work but receive stimulus from the government.
LJ, that's not how it works. In terms of development, they cannot just go out in their own to do it. There's a process that protects all parties involved. And Yari also said that Dominica refuses to work also. Let me see. Yari also said that people from Sufri and Galio don't want to work but receive stimulus from the government. And I'll go and call him. These are the comments. You know. But yeah, the thing is, the country weird. People in the country weird as well. It's like, okay, how should I say it, right? In my point of view is that we expect a lot from Dominica, right? And that's why Dominicans are unhappy because they're not seeing what other countries have. Like, you have some places with roads over roads, and Dominica just can't have that because of Dominica's structure, right? And people are unhappy, and I understand that. But people have to understand that there's so much you can do with Dominica, and like I agree with selling our resources, like giving out.
The point, the country can make so much money. Even in tourism, we can make money. The fact is that for me, in my opinion, when the tourists come on the fucking cruise ship, not the reason why half of them just stay on the cruise ship is because dicey people. What the fuck happening? The reason why half of them just stay on the cruise ship is because most of them don't come fucking Dominica to come and look at grass. All right? They come and enjoy certain things, to come and party, to whatever, to have a black thing suck their car in a strip club. I don't know, but something, you check? And you don't have that. All you have is come and look at tree, where that tree looking nice.
No problem,
I can walk there for my shoe.
To work smarter than work harder.
That is all it have, and not everybody is coming to look for that. And most of them would not even come out on the ship to come and spend their money.
That's the thing, right? We have to ask, right? What do tourists look for in a Caribbean country? We're not asking these questions. What are
the country can be better and make money, but nobody has the capital to start. Unfortunately, we can have stuff, but people now have the sea.
All them white people, let's pass it
we
straight.
should honestly have more attractions for the people of our nation and others.
I never even go inside the museum in my life.
I go in the museum, it's like 5 corners and that's it. The museum very small and not much inside of it. I don't even go on cap. The museum don't much in it, like honestly.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the only time I go in the museum is because they force me to go during school,
We could develop a natural man-made theme park.
All the museum have is just a fortunate thing about LG and his ancestors and really nothing important.
Alright, so Yari said our infrastructure honestly has no problem, but people refuse to work smarter than work harder. Terry also said that the country can be better and make money, but nobody
it's not
has
as easy as just people should do it, or people lazy so they not doing it. Getting a business loan here is even a long, difficult process.
Terry also said that we should honestly have more attractions for people of our nation and others. We could develop a natural/man-made theme park.
We don't even have a zoo. We have a zoo now?
No, we don't.
Exactly.
The only thing we have is the Parrot's Cage, that's all.
Who want to watch that?
Terry also said that it's not as easy as just people should do it or people lazy so they not doing it. Getting a business loan here is even a long, difficult process.
Getting the bank period is a long, difficult process.
Like honestly, the thing about taking loans, especially in Dominica.
We used to have Coney Island Amusement Park in Goodwill long ago, which was bringing in investors from far to see how we have businesses here.
No, not Catherine. No, Yari also said that we used to have Coney Island Amusement Park in Goodwill long ago, which was bringing in investors from far to see how we have business here. That's only missing funding.
I agree with Jari. We should sell our nature and put efforts in that. That is what they should focus on first.
Also, who's the next comment? Yeah, Teresa said that she agrees with Yari. We should sell our nature and put efforts in that. That is what they should focus on first. Well, the thing is, right? Dominicans don't think big, and they're not really telling their leaders, hey, we should do that for.
We don't need a zoo, you know? Aside from the parrot and frog,
honestly,
we have
animals.
Things
we can do for Dominica, but the thing is, right? I don't know if the people actually saying things, and I don't know.
The first thing we have to do to start anything that we're talking about is first put Dominica on the map, because Dominica not recognized by a lot of people. To this day, I will go and talk to my friends and tell them
Gasa, how you have all these natural resources yet still we importing water. That alone is a problem to me.
That's why I do vex when Leonard's ex talk about Dominica.
Also part of the problem, everybody waiting on Scarrett. Yes, he has a role to play, but he cannot do everything.
It is kind
we
of
don't
sad
need to be on the map with nothing for our name.
It takes people that like make it big elsewhere that know about Dominica for other people to know about Dominica instead of Dominica being known for.
Why everybody talking about map? If I go on any map, I seeing Dominica.
Like the only two times that people actually notice Dominica existing is when Savage, 21 Savage go get deported to thing and he talk about his mother being from Dominica, and when Lil Nas X make tales of Dominica. If it wasn't for those two times, yeah, Dominica would never been spoken about. And the other time is also when they find Scary selling passport. That's the only times people know Dominica, except that's the only times, right? And never about something Dominica do or Dominica have, nothing like that. People nowadays don't care about nature and how many rivers Dominica have or a boiling lake. Nobody cares about that. And that's the thing, people just believe that people will always care about that. But look at what I already will know. Technology, not
honestly,
nature.
Who give
Nobody
a fuck
cares.
about the boiling lake
Exactly, nobody cares about that nowadays. That would fascinate people long ago, but nowadays people don't care about boiling lake because they can just make a boiling lake at their home. Nobody cares.
Really? Emoji slightly smiling face.
I like to go boiling lake.
9 hours just to see boiling water
just to see green water and then go and then hike back again.
Nobody cares about that. What I really will know is technology and madness, people social views. That I really will know, not nature. People don't care about that. People don't care about Dominica.
Ivex.
You check, so people should stop looking for people to care about Dominica, and people just should.
We don't develop our people like athletes and musicians. We just bring them down, and we've been claiming all man jack that don't want us. What even happened to Petitsu Fryer? Little and ASX really make a song about Dominica.
I doesn't work with fake bullers on the real bullers because you know I just
no funding for none of our development.
Like honestly, guys, the problem is murder. We depending on, like, I get that, you know, tourism is a
I
big
could
part
say
of
SMTHN about a client that plans to develop Boiling Lake, but that's a breach, so I won't
The thing is, who's
talk.
not making money from
I
tourism?
wanted to hear the bot call Creeper Caro.
The government and the vendors are just be pussy by the different.
And
especially times like now,
fishermen not making the most money off tourism.
and it's like times like now, tourism not making no money because nobody come in Dominica. Dominica should never ever put tourism as the #1 money making thing in Dominica. That is the first mistake we make. Tourism as a warhead. If it is, it should have been agriculture in the first place, but agriculture just dropped, my brother. Because boom bam, we importing water.
Fisheries still don't
and
have
putting our
roofing.
name on it. We importing our own beer.
For real?
Yeah,
We importing Kubuli?
That's how we importing Kubuli, you know, Jada.
Oh no, don't ban.
We importing our own beer.
Tourism is a major thing in the Maldives. Dominicans don't know how to push their tourism.
Like goes on
Oh, you can't even drink juice in Elas.
Like Magasa, the thing is right, agriculture should have been Dominica #1 money maker. We could have make our own factories and make a set of thing, Merida. Dominica, the one
when
thing
tourists
about
come
one
down
thing
the boat,
we never do,
the Port Sofkin nasty, Roseau nasty, everything
never,
nasty.
Ever mind. And Dominica has minerals. Dominica has oils. Dominica has them things. And that's thing we never mind for. Dominica so volcanic. Dominica must have gold, silver, something on it. We never look for it.
Listen, Danny,
probably, but
I had a partner that he was living in China. You know, in China, they just sell air. Like in cans and shit.
What they send the air for?
Because it never goes
to the air bad in because the air in China is very bad.
So bad, murder. That's so populated on these
things. They selling cans, brother. We can sell cans of air. It's not taking nothing to put air in a can and send it China and sell.
Yeah, as man, we could make money. We have infinite air. We just not selling for China. We could sell.
You can make a can of air, label it
yeah.
Dominica woman pum pum, put the label on it.
Remember the whole I know and taking that back China.
You never know. That could happen for real.
Almost gas job ill.
But like for real, China, like majority, like some parts of China, you cannot walk there without some.
We have infinite air. Danny Moses 2021.
And
people have no pride in their business.
No,
people selling by the side of the road have their spot nasty with the old 2x4 table under the umbrella.
Pink. The air pink. That making sense? Doesn't make sense.
Have pride and make it look nice. If you package it nicely, you can sell shit and people would buy it.
You bring up the country in certain ways. Like, yeah, but now it's time for him to move. He do have an economic mind.
Well,
he's not cut out for that.
That's the question. You don't have nobody that want to step up, you know, G. I am all for Scary staying there, coming out there until we actually find somebody that could better than him. Right now, we do have nobody better than Scary.
He's one of us, yeah. For somebody from our generation.
And the people that better than him, I highly doubt it's from our generation. You see the generation that set a down.
Yes, sir. Anybody from our generation and that comment is problem.
The people that actually better than Scary, they don't want to run up. They don't want to walk up for the position. They do have nobody better. They do have nobody better right now. So I'm all for Scary staying there until we find somebody better.
Honestly, G, it's not about who better,
man. You can put somebody like Lennox Linton or some caution him, my brother. What Lennox gonna do for Dominica? Lennox ever see what he gonna do from Dominica besides give Scared me pui?
And it's not just that, no goes. The problem is, right? Even if it had somebody, even if it had somebody else in Dominica going up for Prime Minister, the majority of people will go behind Scared because Scared
checking I should run for Prime Minister.
Me now I going and get my 2 degrees, get a high-paying job in Anarica and buy 100 acres of cheap good land in America and live a good life.
We have quite a few comments here.
It's not just about saying what you can do for the country, but telling the people how you can do it, where the money coming from for you to do it. You can't just say, oh, you can build the airport and you don't know where the money coming from for the airport. You check me?
When it comes to society, we behind, you know. We live Dominica like in the 1950s, you know that?
But yeah, you've seen, boy, instead of thinking, boy. I used to go to school, primary school. Very infamous primary school, right? We used to have fans on our seat and the fans never work, you know. Like every year you see a new fan, but the fan never come on because the fan was never working.
Because I was going to school and it was raining and I used to wet.
Good, it's same. Like the way the classrooms were built, you can never see them old African movies and it have some scenes where they have children going to school. And it's a set of red bricks that making walls and a set of big holes in the walls. That was my primary school, you know. And it's after I leave the school actually build up and become one of the most known schools, right? The problem is right? Dominica not developing, like, Dominica slow on development because Dominica not prioritizing Dominica. We're not prioritizing ourselves. And the people we have bringing up, people who have grown in the country, don't have the mindset
because
to
scared playing friendship with everybody and he not seeing everybody else as competition.
Well,
rather end up in a, you cannot blame him. Look at this situation Dominica in. You do must get friend.
The fact that Dominica have so
yeah, but he's not asking for nothing of substance. He's not asking for nothing to better. He just like yeah, we have a couple new roads and we have a stadium and here in him the fucking hospital.
I mean,
a lot of things.
Because what the previous party was doing was jack shit. In fact, we was on blacklist. We was on blacklist when them man leave and scared going forward.
Well, honestly, I'm not saying that they're not good things, you know. What I'm saying is now, we in a new period where we have all of that shit now. Now we have to move on. And we have been in a standstill for how long? So it's basically like Scary do whatever he do. And then he didn't do nothing else after that.
You need to understand. Yeah, I agree with you, but there are some things that you need to understand that Dominican just cannot do a lot of the things that we want him. Look at Dominica. You see how prone we are to getting hurricanes and things. See how hurricanes set us back. And see how, and it's not even about set us back now. It's projects, as in, what I mean by set us back is projects that we had planned to do or the government had planned to do, couldn't do it because we got set back by a hurricane. Now we had to put in a bunch of money just to rebuild Dominica to the way it was. All that was money
LJ
that was
really winning me over today there,
was supposed to upgrade and make Dominica better, but instead we had to put it into something else.
Talk to them, LJ.
Rebuilding Dominica after Maria and even Erica was priority.
No, as you say that, you know, when in terms of the hurricane, what I think is that the government should be giving people, I wouldn't even say give, but help people to build a concrete house, because we live in a hurricane. That is a hurricane-prone island, my brother. People cannot still be living in fucking plywood house, my brother. That don't making sense.
Applaud also anyway.
Shade for the win.
Government fault, no? I mean, kinda. Technically,
it's not the government fault, but it's their responsibility to protect their citizens in natural disasters. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's what I understand, but building people that build in their house in wood and things that they can't afford it. Like, you're not going in America and seeing the government giving people a house. Dominica is the only place I see do that way.
Well, in my opinion, in places that have like places like in Florida and places like that, they're making sure, you know what, whatever.
Like, for example, this is in what happened in Indiana, boy? Who is Mr. Who is you, my brother?
Are you crazy?
What is your scene?
Scared giving people concrete house. What you talking about?
What is your scene? What is your scene? Huh? What is your scene? Charlie there? Watch that. Watch that. Let's see. What is your scene? Okay, we can go back and...
We just want to disagree for disagreement's sake.
Alright, so let me read the comments, right? We have quite a few comments here, you know. Boom bam. Kateri said the country can be better and make money, but nobody has it. Okay, I read that already. Kateri said also part of the problem, everybody waiting on Scarrett. Yes, he have a role to play, but he cannot do everything. Yari said we don't
Best allu hush and let LJ educate, cause this nigga spittin'.
With nothing for our name. So Teresa said that why everybody talking about map? If I go on map, you see in Dominica. Ha 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 ha. Kateri also said we don't develop out people like we don't develop all people like athletes and musicians. We just bring them down, and we freaking claiming all people, all man jack that do want us. For example, Lil Nas X. I am sure Lil Nas don't give a shit about Dominica. Like okay, let me continue and I'll come back to that. Yari say no funding for none of our developments, you know. Kateri, I could say something about a client that plans to develop Boiling Lake, but that's a breach, so I won't talk, and that's respectable. You know what else? And Kataris also said, and in that same case, we Boiling Lake money again. Fisheries still do have roof. That's what Yari said, and that's really sad. And Kateri also said, my boy, tourism is a major thing in the Maldives. Dominica don't know how to push their tourism. And I agree. We honestly don't know. Because we don't know what... We don't know... Like I agree that we seen Dominica just there as if everybody's our friend and we're not taking and learning from other countries, man, and improving it. That is one thing I realized about Dominica. We just agree Dominica is Dominica, and we're not trying to improve it anywhere we can. Although you're not much you can find in Dominica, and I honestly get that. I agree.
Before you continue the comments, sure, I want to say one thing. Another reason why Dominica nobody not trying to even talk about Dominica or anything like that. We have people, Dominicans, going outside of Dominica and giving Dominica a bad name. You know that?
Yeah, I know.
That is a thing, you know. We have Dominicans leaving Dominica, going other places and giving Dominica a bad name. So whoever they tell that, and there's a thing that they need to be careful. But they don't care. But we need to be careful who are doing that and who they saying it to. Because when them information start going around and things like that, we're not helping Dominica when we're doing them kind of bullshit. Because now you say that thing to that person and they're saying, oh, I hear about that place.
Weary face, BOILJ,
is this and that and that. I don't think I even want to go there. Them kind of things that has happened. It's just a small example of what it is, but it can be a dangerous thing. Like, why we saying so much negative things and bad things about our country? Like, obviously Dominica not in the best position or not the best place in the world, but you doing that and it not doing anything good for the country. It giving the country a bad name.
I in school, and them Jamaicans doesn't talk bad about Jamaica. They doesn't talk about their high poverty and crime.
What?
Jamaicans proud, Dominicans negative as F.
Fuck.
The other comments now. The thing is, right, the creepy shot talking and I was listening.
Jamaicans pushing all their positives.
Okay, so let me see. So she's saying Shabby for the win. Are you crazy scared giving people concrete house? What are you talking about? Yes, the houses they build up in Bellevue and other places. So
stock farm too.
Yeah.
Dominicans cannot even give a compliment. If you dressed nice, they doesn't say you dressed nice. The saying, you going funeral, MN?
Katera also said that we just like to disagree for disagreeing sake. Also, you know. What?
What's that like?
I like to disagree for disagreeing sake.
Katera also said that.
Explain, please. You know what? You come a call because I want to hear your voice when you say them as you say that.
Kateri said that she in school and them Jamaicans doesn't talk bad about Jamaica. They don't talk about their high poverty and crime. Jamaicans for Dominicans negative as freak. Jamaicans pushing all the positives.
That is very true, you know.
Dominicans cannot even give a compliment if you dress nice. They doesn't say you dress nice. They just say if you go in funeral.
That is very true, you know what you say. Jamaicans so proud of their country, and their country that have more crime, more poverty. Boy, I telling you.
And let me see. Kateri also said she sent a voice note, right? So let me update for us. Shit.
Let us say in terms of patching up a road, we have mostly asphalt roads. Somebody cannot just come and patch the road with concrete on their own. That is going to destroy the road further. There are ways to go about things. In terms of construction, let us say it have a construction company that is the contractor for our project to build a health center, right? Let us say they need something or they want to do something, they cannot just go out on their own and just do it because they have to follow protocol. There's a protocol. Everything is budgeted. Every step is planned. And if you go off of that, you can get sued. You can be held responsible for anything that happens. And them cases does be big. So it's have a process, so they cannot just do it. I'm telling you that from an inside point of view, from somebody who has seen major projects like hospital being built and road work to minor projects like somebody 2-bedroom house. There is an entire process and it's not as easy as all you're making it sound to be.
The expert has spoken.
And that is Kateri, you know, Kateri, if you like to send voice notes to talk to you because we want to hear your voice, you can do that too, you know, up to you. Yeah. As you would.
No, why not? But
yeah.
She know why.
But yeah, you check Dominica. Oh, that's the topic now. What was the topic I was talking about at first? About the bombing, not true? Yeah, it's true.
Let's say like I go to the joint party.
She's talking about when you're talking about the whole process of Dominicans not doing things for themselves. I wasn't necessarily talking. I'm aware it have a whole process when it comes to major and minor, but I'm not talking about that level of construction or just damage being dealt to roads and whatever. I'm talking about like little villages and things like that, you know, like you doing your own thing and whatever. Yeah, your little spot, and then you come in there and complain to government because that little dirt road do have a hole in it, and you check like so long it have a hole. Like, you can just do something, or like something about, or just like anything. I just hate the fact that it don't have to be construction, but it's just that anything that just out of place, they depend on the government to fix it. That's what I was trying to say.
We also
I understand have like the whole process about. I understand have the whole process about when it comes to construction or building or whatever it can. Yes, obviously. If we have asphalt roads and put in a piece of concrete, they can damage road. That's true, 100%. But not necessarily that I was talking about. Mr. Pass out in.
Jesus Christ! Don't do drugs, kids.
Well, thank you, Terry, for the information.
So you know, I just say thank you for for the mini member that thing up there. You know, that's that one there. You know. Alright, well, we have 2 more voice notes from Kateri, you know.
Yeah, you refer back.
For arguments. Yeah. We just like to argue for argument's sake. You can be saying something that not even disagreeing with him. He going to say, yeah, but, and then he going and start arguing with you. Like,
he don't like
to argue for argument's sake. And he when I said earlier, he like to use minority statistics. He might not be stating a statistic specifically, but he will say something like, it have people that does that. Yes, it have people that does do that, or that does happen to, or something that it's going to have people, but it is not the majority. You don't have to say, well, actually, 20% of people are that. You don't have to say that for me to say it's a statistic. It's still a statistic you're trying to push. You're just not using values. We just like to disagree. Somebody that's going to jack him in his throat and tell him, my brother, I don't know why LJ doesn't get up and go at his home and give him a thumb in his teeth and tell him, boy, hush. Because he just like to run his jail. That he like to run his jail. But we go deal with that.
You are running your fucking jail. You know what? I can't deal with you. I go in and deal with you. LJ, I don't. You see, I'm kind of Danny, pause that. Pause that. My girl, you see him. You know what? Check your sin. I don't worry.
What is that?
We have one more voice note from Kateri.
Don't even play that other voice note there. Put that off. Put that off. Go play that. Go play that.
Why go say to what you say?
I don't want to hear. Don't play that. Next topic. I finish that.
You can't.
That's my business.
You can't tell people watching podcast what to say or what not to say.
Play my thing.
That's my business. Well, I can choose to listen to it. So Danny, don't play it.
You can choose who listen to it.
Yeah. I can choose to play it or not. So Danny, don't play it. I tell Danny to play it.
Yo, hello kicks.
Let me just say what you're saying. Hold on, let me just say what.
Anyway,
boy.
LJ, yeah, LJ, you do it for me tonight, yeah?
What?
So, like, I all for you tonight there. Beat you up one time. The boy was spitting facts. Shabe was giving all the facts. Shabe was talking from a place of logic. Big up Shabe, yeah. LJ.
Alright, so everything else just say you're agreeing with, and everything I say is for argument's sake. You know what? You know what?
Where is one of them people that will tell you, well, the chances of you dying from a cold are never zero, so it can happen. Just to push his reason, and that making sense.
But you sure, my auntie died from a cold. You never know.
That one more.
If he don't want to hear, tell him he can block his ears.
You know what? You can suck under my left ball.
Oh, my eye, boy, no.
Since yesterday I have it for you, you know, I just don't tell you nothing, yeah. But anyway.
What happened to you and I yesterday?
I just don't ask me question, I just stressing myself.
Come on to the mirror, buddy, fire.
Next topic.
Why are you saying it like as though it's not? Hey, is that you want? So I don't know why you're saying it like as though it's not that.
Yeah, I wanna know.
Hey, is that you want? So I don't know why you're saying it like as though it's not that you want. Is that
Well, if it's that I will come and do it, I wouldn't bathe for 3 days especially.
Papa, man. Oh my God.
And stop give me talk, eh? Stop give me talk. More. Next topic. And stop play them voice notes, my brother. No more voice note. It does that again.
Wait, I want more voice note because I really see what happens.
After you say you have syphilis, that you wishing for me? God really have my back.
And you vex because I have syphilis. You are vex.
Okay.
Hey.
I have one more. Well, I have one more topic in my dive, too many more topics, but we never know. You check. When we have Katerson on the next voice note, let that upload one.
WTF happening Durnu.
Let me see that.
I don't know vex. LJ, big over there, LJ.
One thing here, I find you saying them voice notes fast.
To discuss because I find we agreeing on plenty things.
Well, do I talk to LG? In your mother's. Don't talk to me.
Good, that's not the way, boy.
That is the way, sir. That is the path. On that path, I wake up and I choose violence today.
Boy. We have a next voice from Qatar. What time?
Who making noise?
Them two must marry. Watch that, eh?
I'm so vexed I can't shoot people.
LJ, how are you? How was your day? You know, how was I see
Why are you
podcast and what your experience? Some people tell me not to talk to them. So if that is what they wish, then who am I not to cater now?
Yes, I.
Stop sending voice to Daniel mother poo-poos.
So Cherokee, I am fine. I am.
Shut your fucking mouth, you.
I mean, come on there. That's my cue.
Anyways, let's just get back to the next topic, the other topic we have there, you know, yeah. So another.
Aside from that, I would from our sponsors.
Yeah, so from our sponsors.
Alright, let's go.
Next sponsor,
Ridge Wallet. Next, Ridge Wallet is your new sponsor. Check, you can put your money and your pictures of your damas woman that like to talk about rubbish and say that you just argue for argument's sake and try and talk to the man because she agreeing with what they saying and how much magic. You check.
Don't put me in all you think, please.
Boy.
Don't put me in all you think. Please.
That not love like it, boy. I maintain. That not what love is, eh?
Yeah.
Yes,
love
Anyway, if you don't have a Ridge Wallet, get one now.
Yeah, and we also have
emoji rolling on the floor laughing. 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 Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
We have micro hard louvers.
On this step.
Get your micro hard louvers and do your computing.
By the step, my brother. By the lamp.
Alright. So another one I want to touch on was oh, before we continue, let us just go to that. Hold on.
Serious Adam Nase.
What? What are you?
Come and make me stop send voice notes if it's that you.
Oh my god.
Girl, you see how you giving me a voice? See how you giving me a supplement? You see how you giving me a set of talk?
Come and make me. Oh, you cannot.
You see how you giving me a set of talk? You see how you giving me a set of talk? You see how you giving me a set of talk? You see how you giving me a set of talk? I can give you a flying. I go in and give you a flying Shaolin hurricane slap in your mouth.
It's Hot Wheels just boy, I Hot Wheels in all day.
Pop, you know the other, yeah, I can come out in that.
Oh my god.
Is Hot Wheels you like? Is Hot Wheels you like?
Problem between. Do not
is Hot Wheels you like? Then like Hot Wheels.
The topic. What is the next
leave Ridge Wallet where you see it.
Hello.
Do not involve. I repeat, wait, Charles, before you think, look at the sponsor. It is called do not involve other people. When you have problems with your woman or with your man, do not involve other people cheering because they have nothing to do with it.
Is Hot Wheels you like? Is Hot Wheels you like? Leave Ridge Wallet where you see it.
My woman boy.
Yes.
It's Hot Wheels I want for me to race and thing. I have 3 little sisters. I have a little cousin, 2 little cousins. Boy, we play Hot Wheels all day.
Well, wash your gel and go and play Hot Wheels, my girl. You just send a voice note. Shut up! Stop sending voice note there.
I'm good time, man.
What is our next topic before the time for the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, we shall be dirty. That is no topic.
Oh my god. Okay, so before you get to that topic, let us just get to something very sensitive, right? Something kind of sensitive and not easy to talk about, right? But I'll talk about it because I'm a bad man. I'm a deadly fella from Grand Bay. And we have another voice from Qatar. Let's say it one time.
I'm to you now, my brother.
You just an instigator.
No, my brother. I'm the host, my brother. I cannot not let somebody's voice be heard. You know, I cannot. I'm
instigating, my brother.
Another instigator, my brother. I'm sorry if I. Ah, boy.
Stop your man's voice, not there, my brother. I don't want your man's voice.
No, because I give you
I tense.
You wake up and choose violence. My brother, I waking up and I go in and sleep choosing violence. So now you want to be pressed.
Well, she's only gonna show more of them soon. Stop talk there.
So I don't know. Wait, let me free up.
Yes, free up yourself. Free up, and free up too. Free up yourself. And stop talk.
Dude, well, them two must marry, what I mentioned, but it is.
Mary, you ain't Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels she like? Hot Wheels you like? Check Hot Wheels! Check Hot Wheels!
Alright, leave me alone. You see how woman has put problem between
you not cause that here. You want to be making sense when you talking.
Let me go on to there. Let me go on there.
Let's come back and sit down there, right? Boy. We have to get back to the next topic. Boy, come back, my brother. You cannot be going AWOL on my stream like that, boy.
Nah,
I planned that.
I coming back. I need a brief. I go back.
Anyways.
There's a master in a fucking Muffin Man podcast.
We have another voice on Qatar. Let us say it one time. Let me hear that voice one time.
You see how he cursed me how much time there? And I
yes, I curse you. Yes, I curse you. So
LJ, come and check
I abusing you. That you tell the police I abuse you.
That will stay there and take that type of treatment.
But not Hot Wheels you like, man. Not that you say. Oh, God, me Hot Wheels. If they gonna treat you better. Modest, no boy.
Oh my God! Hey,
Yeah.
I do agree with that. You know, you see that all of my pressure gets
verbal abuse.
All of my pressure going up my head. I don't like that at all. It's actually making me feel
What happened there?
Boom, bam! Me just say like go without wheels. You know, leverage all it all on goes. Come on, man.
Well, but leverage was it all on? You had there playing only voice notes, we.
Of course.
Emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears, emoji happy tears. Let me stop a.
Anyways, Katerian, we match made in heaven, you know, those two there.
I don't have what wheels. What it I be? They want me.
Anyways, next topic.
I'm not good enough.
Religion. Before we continue, I want everybody to give it their meaning of what religion is. Tell me what religion is.
I nothing saying I can wash my mouth because everybody's saying is
wait, I want to talk.
I go in and wash my mother pussy.
I gladly learn your place.
Oh boy.
What was in your
Jane Doe said this is ghetto. I'm not going to read those comments there. Let me just not read those comments there.
Wow.
Yeah,
read the comments, my brother. Read the comments. No one bias. Read the comments. No one bias.
No. I always say stop.
All of a sudden you're not instigating.
You want me to read them comments? You show me to read them comments, right? You sure about that?
That's one. If you can put problem between me and Wade, do not.
Yeah, I know.
Read the comments.
I don't gonna read
the comments.
I don't gonna read it. Sorry, I can't read it. I don't gonna read it. I don't gonna read it.
If you don't read it, I read it myself. Read the comments.
Well, no, you'll have to read it yourself because I can't.
Read the comments, my brother. Why you being like that?
Creeper, read it, Creeper.
So you need okay.
Very Creeper because I don't.
Jindo said the series that I said Papa.
No, like after what Jindo say, after what Jindo say.
Katari said, Eldrick won't check me.
We bought.
Is that what happened?
Is that kind of cat thing?
That do it in my feelings.
Look, I love this. Ha. Let me stop. I got you in your. Wow.
Keep a car, read that. Danny, read that.
She say, I got you on your place. That she say.
I know my place, sir. At the top of Valhalla, where the peasants not.
Alright, so another voice from Katari. Regarding religion, Regarding religion.
I don't dare that. Don't play that there. Even if you play that, I leave you.
Creeper see red. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears.
By definition, is not negative. People have given the word a negative connotation. By definition, a cult is a personal thing that is popular, fashionable among a particular group or section of society. A system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. So, all religions are cults. And I choose not to be a part of cults. I started my own. My religion is good vibes. Point blank. Period.
That is Katari's meaning of religion, you know. So wait, what is your meaning of religion? What does religion mean to you?
Nothing.
Wait, come on, man, way.
Do not speak to me.
Why, father? Come on, man. We want to know your opinion.
My mood change.
Wait.
God don't exist.
So
anyway. I don't make it not vex me. If it's what will she like, it's what will she like.
MR on his period.
Rich wallet better. My meaning of religion is towards I believe God exists. I can't speak English. I believe God exists. But religion to me is like, I don't know. I don't believe in religion because when I was small, I went to church. My grandmother forced me to go to church, and I didn't want to go because when I went to church, I see things that that church people not supposed to be doing. So it's like, in my opinion,
religion
you
is
can
his
be going to
subject. I
church,
get
but
6-0 in.
you're not following what they're doing.
That's
so it's
it.
like, why is the point? Well, why should I follow a religion when it have other people following it?
That's all.
That doesn't do it.
Alright, let me see the comments there. So
talk more to it, but I just don't want to talk.
Jane does say religion is a subject. I get 60% in. That's it, that's all. Crazy.
Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. 6-0. I find you get plenty.
So, to me, right, religion is just basically believing and worshiping a higher power. I mean, that's just what it is to me. Like, worshiping and believing in a higher power. So, but the thing is, right, what really is religion? Like, no,
to
the question,
me, religion is a lifestyle. That's all I have to say on that.
Now the thing is with religion, right? The question everybody has, right? Which religion is the correct religion? That's what a lot of people are asking. Which religion is the right religion? Right? And the truth is, man, dog, I cannot answer the question for you because I am not a higher power that can talk to other higher powers and confirm if there are other higher powers. Nor can I deny there are other higher powers. Yeah, I believe in God. I believe in God. I rose up in a Catholic woman thing, but I do not I wouldn't like. There are things with Catholics that I don't really follow. Right? There are just things that happen in Catholic churches, and you wouldn't see me like partaking in it really. Actually, I rose up and I confirm everything. But the thing with church is that every church has a different way of interpreting the same thing, right? Giving it a bigger meaning, a very different meaning than what it is, you know. And what I realize with humans that you put humans to interpret a Bible and make their own religion, and that just to serve the same God, right? Now the problem is with different religions, majority of them serving the same God, but because they believe a line or a section of the Bible or line in the Bible different from your interpretation of it, then those two religions cannot mesh because they have different understandings in one thing. Now the thing with religion, in my opinion, religion causing so much separation in societies. Religion causing a lot of conflict in society that really and truly unnecessary. Because at the same they all worship in the same higher power. And look at all what happened in the world because of religion, right? Okay, people calling Allah, and Allah is God. Truth be told, Allah is God. That is literally what Allah means. God is just a God you serving. But because people say Allah is a different God, is a different this and that, it's the same God. You believe in heaven, they believe in eternal damnation, which what we call in hell, my brother. And that just causing a lot of conflict between people, and the truth is everybody serving the same God. No, am I religious? Not at all. I really and truly not religious. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not religious. Yeah, I pray and sing, but you will never catch me going to church often. That's just who I am. That doesn't make me any less of a believer than the pastor's son, and neither anybody else. And that is what people have to understand. Like, you and I believe you are okay. Let's say you Pentecostal, like Catholic. They believe in the same God, but there are things in the Bible they see different. The whole point is, my brother, no human being is going to follow every single line of the Bible to the T. It's impossible. It will never happen. The only thing you can put to do that is a robot, and that is just the truth. You ever see a human go by the Bible to the T, every single point in the Bible, every single or should I say the doctrine in the Bible, everybody going by it 100%? Tell me. Somebody, anybody. Creeper away, LJ. Tell me. What one human being you see go what exactly by what the Bible say?
Nobody wouldn't go by exactly what the Bible says.
Nobody would, right?
Or I think religion is a system put into life to control people, just like everything else.
And control them in what way exactly?
In morals.
And I believe that too. And I'm going like, because the Bible is a good thing to follow for moral views and for morality. I believe that as well.
Just like they put in the system of money. So if you don't have any money, you can't do nothing basically. If you don't have any education, you can't do nothing. So it's a system to control you. You have to do these things for you to be a productive person in society. You have to have these morals, you have to have money, you have to have education. Yeah.
LJ, what else do you have to say about that?
I do really like to talk about religion.
We talking about it though, let's go.
Well, okay. Religion is, well, it have different types of religion. I agree with you. It have those that serve in the same God but go in different ways about it. It have different religions. As I was talking about the other night, there are people that serve in Buddha. Buddha is not Jesus. There are people that serve in gods like Greek gods like Thor, Aradites, or whatever that person's name is.
Right.
Aphrodite. What is her name? Aphrodite, that is his name? Or, I don't know if it's a
Aphrodite, I think, yeah.
And there are people that their religion is
I
the
don't
sun,
speak on it either. Emoji woman shrugging, light skin tone, cause it's such a sensitive topic, and it can turn sour quick.
God, Jesus Christ, well, God that makes space and the sun and whatever, but they don't look at it. They don't looking at it like that. They just checking like the sun there, and how much of light is away from Earth, and checking like that is just one thing out of this world, out of Earth that we can see. The moon, the stars, and they decide to serve that and praise that.
Right.
I was checking like everybody have their own different beliefs, and as I say, religion to me it's just a belief. It's just what you believe in. It's a lifestyle, the life that you choose to follow.
Right. Now, in your opinion, what do you think that what exactly do you think in religion that makes people so what exactly, right? No, because Terry says she don't speak on it either because sensitive and go so quickly, and I agree. But why is that? Why would you think? Why exactly you think is that?
Because always you agree. Because always you want to talk about it, you don't talk about it.
Because some people will not agree with certain your beliefs and stuff like that. Like I will say that I believe in God, and then I believe in Jesus. You can say you believe in some other being that is not Jesus, and then you and me and you can go on a whole back and forth trying to argue about which God that real and which God that isn't.
No, boy. What I was going to ask, I will ask on a different live, on a different episode, right? I'll not ask now. But would you say that
because people won't agree with certain beliefs, religion kinda depicts your morality, and your morality makes you a person.
Because people won't agree with certain beliefs.
So if someone tries to discredit that, they almost discrediting your morality.
You a person. So if someone tries to discredit that, they almost discrediting your morality. And that's true. That is true. It's sad and it's very true. The thing is, right, religion causing so much division and it's not even funny. You check because somebody can religion is a belief in a higher power, and some people do not believe there is a higher power, or some people do not believe the higher power is the person somebody else believes them to be, right? because not everybody experiences that higher power the same way. Why is that, LJ?
Based on culture, where you from? That's what I feel like. Like the Indians back in the days used to praise and worship their gods, like their spirits and their tribes, their wolves tribe and which tribe that come from coyotes and cows and and kind of thing. That I just give an example, not necessarily that guy. I don't know nothing about their culture, but I more think it have to do with culture, how they were raised, what their country or what their place would raise, what they were raised in basically. So if they, let's say that they had certain things that, let's say if they kill an animal, that they will have to pray to their God for providing that animal to them. And now it might not be Jesus, but they'll pray to some higher being for providing that. So whatever, and it can come, and the higher being that they're probably talking about is something that come from way back in history. It could actually be a person that was once on earth that did something that they didn't understand at the time and found that it very like impossible to do. You check me? And they check it like, yeah, because that person do something like that, they have to be greater than all of us. So let's just and from what they know, that nobody else never did that. So they're checking that one person do something like that, they must be greater, they must be better than us. So we'll write down in history that that person was known for doing something like that and helping us in a certain way, or doing something that no one else has done before. So we mark them as a god or a greater being, and we worship that person because they do something that nobody else could have ever achieved.
Creeper, what about you, Creeper? You've been silent.
Well, you know what that topic is? It's really just, you know what that is? It's really just, it's somewhere where you can just find a place for yourself. I see religion as kind of like somewhere you can feel accepted.
Right.
Because that's where people look for in life. Somewhere they can feel comfortable, somewhere where they can feel accepted. Well, that's me. Because that's why I look for in religion. In religion, it gives me comfort, it gives me hope that there's actually something that I can look forward to in life and even after death. Kind of like, I'm afraid of dying.
Why?
I don't know, it's always been a thing. Probably another day, because nothing really I never question, it just makes a feel mind.
You are scared of the uncertainty, and that is a natural human thing. Humans are scared of what they do not know.
That's how I look towards religion, because it gives me hope.
So do you believe if you did not look towards religion, your afterlife experience would be different?
No, if I didn't look towards religion, I would probably been dead.
I see. And
why is
he He maybe killed himself, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
Often.
It is like, throughout my life, religion and basketball, those are the two things that have been keeping me going.
Right.
As I said, it gives me hope, it gives me strength, and being able to pray to God and going to church. Because the thing about church is, not many people will say like, I don't want to go to church to fuck up. If you know the community in the church goes, when you can just go and sit down in a church, I think I miss ever since that COVID-19. We want to just go church, sit down, and the pastor, bookman preach to you, and then you just learn something. Probably something you know already, but it'll just remind you of something morally. Even though it might be programmed as we said, those morals that instilled in you, that is just the best feeling ever. It has actually given me something to like strive for, to be like a better person for the week. But that's not everybody. But that's just me. That's how religion feels.
So wait, what does religion? What was your way? What's your way?
Urban, what's your question? Huh?
I forget. Shit. Because I was giving a long kind of talk about it, and then I asked the question. What's the question again? Oh, shit.
What does religion mean to you?
Something like that, yeah. What does it really mean to you? Like, what is it in your experience?
In my experience?
Yeah.
You sure want to hear from me? I don't think I'm the right person to hear from about that.
And why is that?
Because I don't believe in religion. And I don't like it. I'm not the religious person.
And why do you not like it?
Because wherever I go for religion, wherever I go, like I spend most of my childhood in church. My grandmother used to bring me church 4 times a week. So there's a lot of fucking church. And as a child, I was very observant when I wanted to be. And when you're in church, you can't do... Well, in my case, when I was in church, I couldn't do nothing but just listen and watch and observe. Because my grandmother was very strict. She didn't want me playing no games, using no phones, and talking to friends, nothing. She would have me sit down all the way somewhere else in the church, away from people that I used to talk to, just so that I can listen.
Alright.
And I never used to listen, but I used to observe. And in my opinion, church just filled with people that they're, well, most of them they're just because.
Also, I think religion and spirituality are different.
They want to hold up their reputation, or because most of them is just snakes, and I don't like that.
And get rid of something interesting. Yeah, continue.
They'll betray their friends, and they'll stab you in your back just like that, and it doesn't really matter what religion or wherever you go. It will just, because
religion is more of a specific practice of a set of rules. Spirituality is much more personal.
About nothing. You can read the Bible and praise God by yourself in your house. Church is wherever you are. You don't have to go somewhere and do that. And I witnessed I guess it's my grandmother, but I witnessed my grandmother doing things for church that she never do for me. So there's things like that. The people in the church, pastor brainwashing them, telling them about, oh, if you buy me a car, then I'll come to church, and blah blah blah. Oh, God will give me a car, and blah blah blah. When in reality is the people that giving him the fucking car, that giving him their money, in offering all kind of other rubbish, and saying all about it is God.
Kateri said that
good.
Religion. She said that she thinks that religion and spirituality are different. Religion is more of a specific practice of a set of rules, and spirituality is much more personal. So would you say that you yourself, you are more of a spiritualist person, spiritual than really you something than religious person?
Check me out. So let me give you an example. I was going to church, right? And that was later in my life.
Ask you a question.
Without me?
Yes, you answer a question.
Yes, more spiritual.
If you more of a spiritual person than instead of, because you say you don't believe in religion.
I'm not too sure. Too sure about that. I don't know about myself enough for me to know that.
Okay, well, then you can
continue, or just say no.
So, I give you an example. So that was later in my life. I was about 16, 15 years old, and I was in church. And it have a girl, right? She older. She may be like older than all of us. She may be like in her mid-30s now. But when I went, and during that time, she was maybe like 29, 28. And she had a friend, her best friend, right? Her best friend had a boyfriend. Tall partner, you check, he have a big job, he's a police officer, whatever, his family have money too. Check, and he have right. He have right and thing, you check. Now, her best friend and the partner loving. So, and they together for a while. And they in church, they're talking about getting married almost said blah blah blah. We check the whole church know they together, the whole church supporting them. So I go America, whatever, I come back. When I come back, I wasn't really going to church, but then I check in, like, I can sit down, maybe I go for a Friday, a youth meeting, because I remember I have friends there, so I can pull up with them.
Right.
So, now, the girl, she take her best friend man from her, and that is in church, my brother. That is not like, you check, like, take her best friend man from her, and to make it worse, she was the pastor's daughter. Take her best friend man from her, right? Driving his car and everything, and no, she and her best friend not talking. So, in my opinion, my brother, I don't trust in people from church, especially in church, because you can't trust people like that.
I don't think it have anything to do with church. No? Anybody can do that, you know. Anybody can do that, my brother. But when you preaching them kind of morals there, anybody can do that. But you not going around preaching morals about loyalty and all kind of other bullshit. So let me tell you my whole thing on that. If you do have, let's say, a religion right now we're talking about is Jesus, God, we're talking about God. You go in church.
Christianity,
yeah. I don't care what other people who that claim to be Christian do. That have nothing to do with me. You check me? Let me tell you why. Christianity is not based on what other Christian people do. That is not how you're supposed to live your life. Christianity is your own personal relationship with God. Don't care who or what somebody say or what they do. That have nothing to do with you.
No.
If you do have your own personal relationship with God, and then they're watching other people that claim to be Christian, what they're doing and studying, and you checking like you don't like Christian people because of that is you. But Christianity is not about watching what other people say, what other people do, other Christian people that claim to be Christian, what they say and do. Christianity is having your own personal relationship with God. You know, you can have a relationship with God and still curse and all that kind of a thing. There you check me? But you have to know who you are. You have to know what laws what rules you follow and what you abide by when it comes to living a Christian lifestyle or being a Christian. It's not what other people say you have to follow and judge them and check like, yeah, all Christian people like that, you don't have nothing to do with it. That is not being a Christian.
To me, I'm not a Christian, and I never wanted to be a Christian, and for me, like, I mean, it's whatever. You can say it's your own personal relationship with God. I don't need to be a Christian for me to have a relationship with God. And secondly, I just don't want to call myself something. I'm not anything. I don't have a label, and I hate labels. I hate people to like check. And everybody want to think that it have this right religion that they're supposed to follow, and to me that's confusing. So in just to take it, just to not to be like to take out all the confusion, I just not following any. Also, I don't want to call myself like what I see with my own eyes. That was just an example I give you, but it have much more. What I see in my own eyes from what them people let's be doing, and they calling themselves God-fearing people, I don't want to be associated with them in any way.
I mean, I agree with you. I wouldn't want to associate myself with people like that either.
And we have a VN from Qatar in early.
I'm the Mr. Nobody.
In terms of what we say about like somebody.
Well, why you on my case like that?
Preaching morality, and that is what you're doing. I agree that it is very hypocritical for people to do, but I think as people we should stop worrying about whether something hypocritical or not, because in life all of us pretty much hypocritical in some sense or another. So like just because the messenger might not be ideal doesn't mean that the weight of the message isn't what it is. Like, yeah, okay, right message, wrong messenger. but at the end of the day, it's the message that really matters, and how it applies to yourself, you know?
Yes, I understand, right? Everybody have their own hypocrisies, but when you go in around preaching it and being a hypocrite is a whole different story. Secondly, I agree with what you say about the messenger. Is who gives a fuck about the messenger? Is did you get the message? But I didn't get no message.
It's like, let's say you have a guy that raped a child, calling a guy that murdered 3 women evil. Like, yeah, he hypocritical for calling them evil, but like at the end of the day, his message still stands that the murderer is evil just because both of them evil. Like, you know, I think we should just move away from the whole hypocrisy type thing and just focus more on the message and how it's applying to you and the situation. That's what I just said. They're going around being a hypocrite about
Right. Pause it.
Religion is a hard thing to talk about, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to talk about because everybody wants to make
I'm going to say something real controversial right now.
Okay.
You know what? I don't say something. Because everybody is going to eat me.
Because I understand that religion is very sensitive, because it's extremely sensitive to talk about. Not me though, to be honest, not me. I can talk about it. You can say anything you want about me and the church I go in. I honestly don't care, because me myself, I'm not religious. I honestly don't care what people say, really and truly. That is why I can just talk about it easily.
Anybody does have doubts
about their God being real or not?
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody does.
Just God in general being real or not?
Not really.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do question.
Why not?
It sometimes.
Because I have my own personal experiences as to why I believe in what I believe.
Like, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I myself, I have my doubts sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna cap.
I've seen enough stuff to know that God is real. I will never try and convince anybody, because your choice at the end of the day. But same as LJ, I have seen stuff that has happened that has proven me 200% for a fact that God is real to me, at least.
I've seen fake shit, but somebody tell me it have a feeling, right? Like it have a feeling, and to me, even though I do believe, I never get no feeling. So for me, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I 90% sure, the other 10% telling me that it's probably not real.
And that's the thing, right? And I said it earlier, it's like, like not everybody experiences God the same. Some people, it's like, some people, like, they feeling blessed round the clock. Like, every time they hope something happens their way, it happens their way, and they get whatever XYZ. And some people, like, they always hope and pray for the littlest thing, just like for the littlest thing, and they get a no on that, right? It's like, it puts in doubt in your mind, because you put in so much faith into, like, a God that you hope that sees you through. Even if, like, okay, from what I learn, right, you do bound to get a yes, right? And I get that, but sometimes you wonder, in how many no's do you have to get before you get a yes? And that, the amount of no's over the amount of yes you get, makes you really wonder, is God real? And I really and truly get that. But I humble, like, okay, I believe God is real. I not, like I said, I'm not religious. I really not religious. I believe in God, and yeah, and I am a partner that doesn't get plenty in yes. Like,
so if God real, wave.
In this kind of matter,
we going around the table. Answer the question.
Like, God is He's a being here, everywhere.
Where can I find him?
Infinite and all that stuff.
Your grandfather, did you see him before? What? Your grandfather dead, but you know you're real.
Because I see him with my fucking eyes.
Yeah. You see a picture of Jesus here, for a picture, you see your grandfather,
No, I see my grandfather in person.
You see your great grandfather already, huh? Or you know you're
You say my grandfather in your mother, so change the subject.
I see your great grandfather, no.
I know,
I see your great grandfather.
No, wait, no,
well, the thing is,
that, right?
my great I know my great grandfather real because it have proof, it have pictures of it, it have pictures of him.
Creeper.
And it have
Jesus,
and shut up, Danny. And it have people that are alive today that see him in real life. It don't nobody that alive today that see Jesus.
But yes, my brother. You see Jesus already.
Come on, listen.
Wait, I'm Creeper. I even happy you bring that up, right? Like that example you bring there. My great grandfather is because there's proof of him, right? And I gonna talk in a neutral standpoint. Okay, I gonna talk in an atheist standpoint, right? Keep in mind I am not atheist, but I'm going to talk in an atheist standpoint. Creeper, do not feel any way when I ask that. God is real, right?
Yeah.
Prove it.
Okay. You know the color red looks like, right? Okay. Try and describe the color red to me without using any other colors.
What else you have on his head?
Yeah. What is it?
Because you want to know why we know why red real? Is because look it there.
I read all I have to say, and that prepare your example don't make no sense.
But like, I honestly don't know what Creeper is going to
I don't know what question. Let me just say that. No. Let me just say that. God can be real, God couldn't be real. Let's just say that. Just like you say, you go down the road yesterday and you see a rat eating a bird.
Right.
Now, how do we know that's real? Because you say. No, what I'm trying to get now is history. History tells a lot. You have history that's real, you have history that's fake. So if you don't want to believe in God, that's fine. If the history that we have given you of God being real, which is the Bible, and you don't want to believe that, that's up to you. There are people who believe it. Now, you could also say Creeper great grandfather wasn't real. But people that can give you history or have history written down about Creeper great grandfather for doing something amazing, like Creeper great grandfather was the first person to invent a lamp. Let's just say that. Right? First person ever recorded to create a lamp, which was Creeper's great grandfather.
And he also has a family line. He make that chair, he make that chair, who make that chair,
But yeah, that you know Creeper, and you know Creeper personally. So you know Creeper obviously have a family line, but do you know anybody in Jesus' family line?
No.
Exactly. So you cannot say that Creeper grandfather not real because you didn't know Creeper as a person. You have to know, see where the thing's coming from. You have history of other gods, you have history of Jesus, you have history of Creeper grandfather, you have history of your father, your grandfather, you have history of everybody, my brother. That's what I'm trying to say. So you cannot say that, because he not there, he not real. Creeper grandfather not there, but we know
he fucking died.
Exactly. Nobody on earth lives forever.
What you trying to say?
Is that nobody on earth lives forever. So
what that have to do with God?
How can you come and ask where Jesus?
Let me get back.
Or you can ask
I say where Jesus.
Oh boy, it literally have in history in the Bible that Jesus died on the cross.
But the Bible is a storybook, my brother.
You see, ignorant people like we, I cannot talk to people like you. That's why I didn't want to. I didn't want to talk that topic, you know.
So you seeing? So how ignorant? You seeing the Bible as a history book, and I seen it as a storybook. How ignorant?
Because I'm trying to explain to you that it is a history book.
Oh, explain to me.
Oh my lord, this wasn't that what I just said?
So you trying to tell me that Adam and Eve get married, had Cain and Abel, and Cain, the two first people on the earth, had 2 children. And after they have 2 children, they marry 2 women. Where them one come out?
Where your mic computer if you can remember what happened there?
Yeah, he unplugged his mic.
Where your mic?
Your mic is not.
Anyways.
Already know.
Hold on.
I don't finish talk. I don't finish talk. I don't finish talk. I don't finish. Wait. Hold on a while. Hold on a while. Let me finish talk.
He do like to listen.
Let me finish talk.
He like to just say what he want to say.
I listen. What I hear, I listen in. Yeah, that.
Podcast you going for?
No. Let me finish my point.
Podcast.
Adam and Eve, the 2 first people on the earth, have 2 children, right? They had 2 kids, right? Cain and Abel, right? Am I right or I wrong? Then Cain and Abel marry 2 bitches. Where them bitches come out? Where them bitches come out?
Let me add something to what we're saying about the whole story of Adam and Eve. The Bible is based off of what we are told to be facts that people like Paul the Apostle documented of
What's that all, Danny?
Christianity or whatever.
What's that all, Danny? If all you can answer me that question, then I will believe 100%. 90% will turn into 100. Where them bitches come out? Answer me that question. Where them mystery bitches come out? Because last time I checked, Adam and Eve was the first 2 and only people on the planet, and they had 2 children. So where them one come out?
Maybe God making people.
Religion or Christianity or whatever. You cannot take every single piece of the Bible literally. If you take Adam and Eve, the story of Adam and Eve.
If I cannot take it literally, then it's a fucking storybook, not a history book.
Something wrong with you. Like, Asman.
If I cannot take it literally, then it's not a history book, it's a storybook.
We have to
it's like Norse mythology and the poetic Edda, my brother.
We have to understand that not everything in the Bible, what happened was written in the Bible.
If you were
everything
in the Bible cannot be taken 100% literally.
Then don't call it a history book.
First set of people, like it's just the 2 of them alone on the earth alone. Like that's what I just said. You cannot take every single thing literally. If you choose to stop just listening to pieces of what I say to justify your point, then you would get a better understanding. But you choose not to.
I'm talking about all that. All I'm saying is if I cannot take it literally, then don't call it a history book. If it's not 100% accurate, then it's not history.
So you check in history books, they put everything that happened back in slavery times is accurate.
But I don't know. So, but who tell you I believe all that?
I mean, everybody believe in it.
Not everybody, not me.
So you don't believe in slavery?
I never said I don't believe in slavery. You just say you don't say if slavery didn't exist. You say if everything in slavery happened the way it happened. I don't know. I wasn't there. Just like in the Bible, I don't know. I wasn't there. I never say nothing in the Bible to happen. Yeah. All you had to say is a history book, and in my opinion, it's not a history book.
Okay, well, that's your opinion.
Because just like with the Bible and the poetic Edda, for Norse mythology, because the poetic Edda is a poem here, so I can say the poetic Edda is a fucking history poem here and say it real. So you trying to tell me 4 and all them motherfuckers was real?
I have another question from Kateri. Let me just fit it real video.
Okay,
I'm to miss on the stop playing fucking voice to my.
A history book, I consider it a history book because it is based on a fact, on things that actually happened. But
how you know it was real? Were you there?
It's based on facts, but in the form of a story. Does that discredit everything that is being said in the book just because it's in the form of stories and examples and parables? No.
And yeah, I rest my case. Eyes of Damas, all this man.
As I never seen nothing there, I don't know it. I yet to see a word.
Since all of you against me, since I started talking against me.
Because I never seen nothing against you.
Because it have other documentations of its way. It have other documentation. You know what?
Where the other documentation of the Bible? One documentation we have.
Qualms and queries you have, put it in writing. My secretary will get back to you.
Anyway, next stream.
One documentation all you have.
Right down.
So also it have a picture of Jesus. Or it have a picture of Jesus. How many people saying Jesus black? And it have a big picture of Jesus white. So what? So where the proof? What the fuck am I supposed to believe? Am I supposed to believe Jesus is a white man from Italy?
Just like that, it would have people that saying, all the people that enslaved black people was just trying to make America better and a better place, and not consider slavery a bad thing.
That's your opinion. Put everything else in writing.
Why? Substance voice not there. I don't know nothing else.
Guys, yeah, that's just the point of that question, right? The point of that question, I wanted people to understand. Now, honestly, earlier on today, I don't really care about the topic. I don't really care about the topic, right? I just want people to understand. That was just a psychological test I do there. I'm gonna lie. I want to see how people would react to certain sensitive topics, right? No. Wait, before we continue, I'm just with
Okay, wait. Put it in. That's what I'm going to say. From now till the end of that discussion is okay, wait.
Like, I finished talking. So you can say all that you want. I finished talking.
And then you will tell me to stop sending voice notes and tell Danny to stop playing the voice notes. If you want to silence me because you pressed, then fine. Go.
What I pressed about, we not arguing. Anyway, we agreeing to disagree.
And that's all I have to say on that.
We're not arguing. We agreeing to disagree right now.
No, the thing is, right, I know religion is a very sensitive topic and not everybody has the same standpoint in religion, right? I want our podcast to be, I don't want to say raw. I don't want to say I want our podcast to be raw, but I want our podcast to be honest. And I want everybody to understand everybody's views in certain topics. We can discuss our point of views in them and we can agree or not. You check. Now, religion is a very, very, very sensitive topic. Very sensitive. And I'm just happy that I can talk about it freely, right? And I like the words I want to say. I try to come out with the words properly. But let me just say, religion matter, because that is just my point of view, right? You see what's happening now? The feel of division, that's what religion is to me. That exactly right there is what religion is to me. The feel of division, and we all in the same place, right? That is what religion really feels to me. Because when growing up, I seen my family members talking to other people, and it's big. It's like it turned from discussion to a debate to an argument, and all in the name of religion, right? For the same higher power. And I personally think that it's kind of unfair how religion have people dividing, right? So I brought that topic to now I asked all your question, right? And now I answer any question. What religion is to me? That exactly right there. I believe in God.
The argument.
Like the arguments, the feel of division, all them things. That what it is to me. Because one thing, right? People cannot agree on is what really is. What really is. Because even if all of us, let us say all of us in the same religion, it have something somewhere in our religion that we will not agree on, even if all of us in the same religion. That is why I believe that religion shouldn't even exist, right? Because religion causing just what that happened in there, division. And one thing I do like is that it causing division, and it shouldn't cause division. But that what I think. Religion shouldn't cause division. That's why I do really like religion, because religion causing all that confusion.
Anytime, because the fact is that there is a choice, and anytime there is a choice, there's going to be discourse between the people that are making the choices.
Right.
So it's either you force everybody to do one thing, or you give everybody the choice to do what they want, and not everybody going to agree with the same decision that everybody is going to make. So there's always going to be an argument.
Right. But the thing is, right, that isn't everything, but why it's so intense in religion, that is what I'm really trying to understand. Why in religion specifically that disagreement so intense?
Why we don't disagree about anything? Why we don't have this? Why we don't have arguments about putting the cereal first or the milk second?
I just think, why?
You can argue about anything.
It honestly doesn't matter, right? Like, I can say black woman better than light skin woman. I can say that. LJ might say light skin woman better than dark woman. That is LJ opinion, right? That is my opinion. That what I feel. That what he feels. But I can come and say Jesus not real. LJ can come and say Jesus is real. And in that topic, right, we will never really completely understand each other's point of view.
Because the fact is that it don't have any real proof to prove it otherwise.
And that
you cannot prove it, then because LJ believed that Jesus real, and in his heart he believed Jesus real. But in your heart, Danny, you don't believe Jesus real. So it will always have an argument there because you don't have no way to prove it.
But I do have no way to prove black woman better than light skin woman. I cannot prove it to anybody.
Well, and that will always be an argument too.
But
that
is
the point. It just have topics where arguments will never stop.
But why? That is the thing. Why?
Because that is the way
in religion. Why the argument will never stop in religion? Because really and truly talking about I can say dark skin woman better, light skin woman better. I cannot prove it though. I cannot prove it, and the thing is, people cannot come to a mutual agreement that okay, blam. It will always end in a way that people going to go home feeling hot. Why in religion people feeling hot? Why?
Because it's a passionate topic. Because it's
more about
life. Because when you argue people about religion now, you basically trying to undermine their life.
So
not really, but anyways.
Why not really? When you devote yourself to a certain
all I have to say is that all of them thing is opinion based. Everybody have their opinion. If you don't believe in God, you don't believe in God. If you believe in God, you believe in God. If you find light skin woman better than dark skin woman, that is your opinion. At the end of the day, people just only thing I have to say about all that is people just need to understand that people have their opinion and they need to just accept that. That's all.
Yeah, and I totally get that. But religion specifically, that one thing, spiritualism, religion.
No, people will have their problem. That is, people having their problem for whatever reason that they want to have a problem. But at the end of the day, realistically, if everybody just check like, yeah, that is your opinion, then we can just move along quite fine.
We have two more voices from Katerina. See that?
Everybody's point of view is different based off of their own upbringing, their own individual experiences, and we are all biased to our own opinion, and we all going to get whatever we need to justify our stance, no matter how ridiculous it can be.
No, I get that point, right? I honestly do get that point, and I agree with that point. But the thing is, I've been specific. People will already bias to what they believe in. I get that. Like in football, right? People can say Messi better than Neymar, X better than Y. But and people will come to a mutual agreement. Okay, that's a bad example because you can actually prove.
Well, to kill that talk right there. As long as people will have opinions, there's always going to be discourse, no matter what. And let's just kill that.
Alright, and one more Vinen. Hold on there.
I think religion is because your religion, like I said, religion is a set of like rules and morals and stuff, and your religion makes up your morals. And if somebody question your religion, they kind of question in your morals, and morality makes up a person. Like, it have some people that have very low morals, but it makes up who they are. Why I think people just get offended when you call them a liar? It's not a good thing to be. You basically picking at what making the person a person. You check? So religion is a sensitive topic because of that, and because of where we grew up. If I grew up in the Middle East, then I would have a completely different religion than being raised in Christianity. At the end of the day, it all coming down to the same thing with like minor differences, but it's still just basically picking at who you are as a person.
Anyway, from now on, voice your complaints in the comments.
I get that. Thank you, Kateri. Yeah. One thing I wished, right, one day that everybody just comes together and agree. You know what? All of us believe in a God. That every one of us believe in somebody higher than us. So all of us should just come to an understanding and just agree. Yeah. There's somebody higher than us, and we won't have a religion to determine who higher power better than which higher power and the higher power that real. Really and truly. Yeah. That what I wish happened in the beginning. So these topics wouldn't exist. So that hurts, that offense people feel when people talk about religion wouldn't have to exist. You check?
It will always be like that until we all come together and make one decision, which will never happen.
Well, you know, it starts with one person, guys, and who is that one person to start it? I don't know. Who is the person to start and say, you know what? Let's just all come together and agree that we all believe in somebody higher than us, despite of what that higher power did and didn't do for us. If you do believe in that higher power,
that's not going to never happen.
I know.
Believe in a higher being.
I know. Trust me, I know.
A lot of people are not going to believe in a higher being. If anything is, people have to start forcing people to start believing in things that they don't want to believe.
Then there will be only that one topic that's still going around. But yeah.
As man, I have nothing else to say on religion because I hate to talk about religion.
Yeah. Creeper.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for reaching out in the stream. You know, thanks for your urgent response in coming and being our guest. Thank you for answering our questions that were very discomforting to you and whatnot. Creeper, no, the question we all have been wondering. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Hey. Where you going, man?
Yeah.
Why are you going?
I have no interest here anymore.
What is that? But yes, like all what I asking and thing. all what I was really wondering for that when I say religion goes like why that my main question really not about if you believe in God or not. My question is why would religion be such a sensitive discussion topic? But anyways, guys, thank you so much for reaching out in this stream. It has been a wonderful one, of course, you know. It's a really great one. Catch us next Sunday for either a gameplay and or a stream. I mean a podcast. Most likely gameplay. Thank you, Creeper, for reaching out and saying we'll have our next guest next week or the next podcast. Well, let us check a Terry thing one time.
I don't know why my voice
read it out loud, right, please.
But I will not. I'll continue to send voice notes. If you don't want to hear it, you can always just turn off your audio when Danny go in and play the voice notes.
Wait,
like why trying to stop something that you can control from your end?
Wait.
What? I don't know, man.
It is. Thank you, Creeper. You have been a wonderful guest, you know.
Huh?
Creeper, you know already. Let me just wave at you. Thank you, Creeper. Oh yes, your message has read it out loud. I'm thinking. Let me see. So Terry said, right, podcast was great tonight, guys. I'ma log off now and complete my studies. Best of luck on your studies, Terry. You know already. Have fun. Wish you the best. And everybody else that tuned in, you know already, Jendo, Tafarai, Demos Vatos, everybody. Thank you so much for, you know, tuning in. I really appreciate it a lot. It's a great episode 0, you know. You know, and yeah, have a great week this week. Wait, anything you to say before we go?
We'll try to get Eric on the next podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, can suck me.
What was that? Yeah, so LJ, anything to say, LJ, before we go?
It has been a great podcast. I want to thank the Academy. Thank the family.
Right.
And everybody who has tuned in to the podcast. It has been an honor serving you guys with the information that we gave tonight.
Yep.
Until next time. Oh, and I uploaded a new video yesterday. Everybody go check it out on my channel, Vlog OG.
Shameless plug.
I know way to watch it, so we're not a good friend, but that's okay.
Put me in your thing now.
I watch it already, LJ.
Somebody said they watched it already. What was that? Let me see. So Terry said she watched it already.
Vibes.
Like as it post.
Like as it post, you know already. Deadly vibes. Anyways, guys, it's been an honor. It's your boy Danny, aka Godfather, aka Badman and Gramby, hunting, owner of 75 guns and 5 horses. You know already. Have a good Sunday and the weekend.